No, don't change. Wait.
This gummy's kicking in.
Oh, someone's having a fun night.
Yes. All 50 milligrams of it.
Dang.
Yeah, I may or may not have a problem. So.
As far as I'm concerned, that's not a bad problem to have.
Yeah.
All right.
I had to listen to deeper moves. So
I
I'm
didn't
not a
say
great
that,
deal of
HR.
pain. I have a little
I'm
bit
going to be
of
rolling D6s as D20s.
painkillers in me.
That's okay. You're still gonna find a way to get a natural 20 out of it somehow.
Did you steal John's iPad? All right.
Exactly.
All right.
There, finally. Was on the wrong layer. Trying to draw on the wrong layer makes it very hard. Well, correction, drawing on the wrong layer means I have to go back and undo everything. Especially if there's other stuff on the layer.
I have that problem with pen and paper.
It's worse with pen and paper because it's all the same layer. You can't even go between them.
All right, guys. Welcome to the players. Welcome to anybody that's watching tonight. We appreciate you coming by and checking us out. So this is, for anybody not familiar, this is a Dungeons and Dragons game. If you're not familiar with what that is, that's weird that you're here, but we welcome you nonetheless. Dungeons and Dragons is just a role-playing game. It's, almost everybody knows what it is. But it is a role-playing game that's gotten a lot more buzz, I'd say, in the last 10 years from what it used to be. And we're going to be playing that today in a world that I created called Galantrie and TM. And also, we'll kind of go over that as the game is progressing, and we'll go from there. Just for anybody that is, you're welcome to join the chats and talk. I'll let you guys know. To join the chats and talk. Oh, just had some feedback there. You guys are welcome to join the chats and talk and everything like that. I can let you know that I will not. That will not be something that I will be able to type back to you in this kind of game. It's just too much is involved with it, and also that the as far as everything else goes, even if you're typing in there, just remember we're kind of loosey-goosey doing the rules as we want. As a DM, I am very much about the standard rules of D&D, but I also kind of do a little bit of my own swing on things, and most DMs do. So we'll kind of go, we're kind of going to take it a little easy with that and just enjoy ourselves. It's all about having fun and, letting your players enjoy themselves. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. And let me go ahead and get something set here. All right. Okay. So all of you have traveled for a little over 2 days on boat on your way to the continent of Fendaria. Now, all of you have reasons why you've done this and goals set in mind to why you have arrived at this. It's happenstance that you and the other people in here happen to be on the same boat. So you have seen each other through this off and on. As well as other people on the boat, and you actually hear the captain start indicating that they are about to dock, and the ship does begin its docking preparations. Everybody's kind of prepared, a little tired, ready to get off the ship, and from there, once we've arrived and the ship has docked, everybody's starting to get off the ship, and we have arrived in the sister city of a city called Pell Moon. The city that we're in is a port city called Isai, which is Isai. Anybody that, I'm going to tell you right now, take notes, guys, because if you don't remember things and you want to ask me what it is, I will make you make a history check if you don't recall what it is. And if you don't pass the history check, then I'm not going to give you the answer, depending on what it is. If it's, a city name, you can ask an NPC, obviously. But certain things, I'm not gonna do it for you. So
Wait a second. What's the feat where I have perfect memory? I'm gonna have to change something real quick.
You want to get the keen mind feat?
Keen mind. That's what it's called.
Correct. Okay. So yeah, keen
He has
mind.
perfect 20/20 memory.
Yeah, there you go. So, okay. So you guys have arrived, as I said, in the sister city of Pelmoon. It's a port city called Isai. ISAI. The population is roughly 1,100 people. It is 68% human, 32% other, which means various races are in and out of here. Most port cities are going to have a large collection of different races, from traders to travelers to adventurers to pirates, whatever it may be. So Isai is primarily a fishing city. It has boats and just a constant array of homes, makeshift little homes along the coastal areas of the city. It is one of the biggest docks within the Pallanian Empire, which is the Pelmoon Empire is called the Pallanian Empire. It lays in Isai for royal ships, cargo ships, as well as just many other needs, personal needs. There are guards stationed throughout this port city, and you do see said guards. Most of them are adorning spears and shields with blades to their backs. They have a combination of blues, reds, and kind of like a royal blue, a gold, and kind of a brighter red. So they are pretty colorful in nature as far as their the Pelmoon colors go. The spelling of Pelmoon for the purposes of this game is going to be Paelmoon. So, not the traditional way you would spell it. They like to be different. Pelmoon has a lot of elves, so everybody knows that high elves like to be different. So,
You're right, Rules.
the leadership of this city is the governor. He is a human named Nair Seer. That is Nayrssier. He is he primarily spends most of his time at the Salty Anchor, which is the tavern for this town, because a lot of people in this, there's not very many places to go in this port city. A lot of people spend their time there. They do bounty boards there. They do community stuff there. It's not a tavern you're going to go into and a bunch of people are going to be spitting on each other and getting into bar fights. The guards don't allow that kind of stuff. It's a pretty reputable tavern, not your traditional D&D swashbuckler type establishment.
Can you repeat the name of the tavern real quick? I didn't get it written down.
Yeah, the Salty Anchor.
Thank you.
Also in here can be found, that's the tavern and inn. Also here can be found what's called the Gallows, which is kind of a more poor part of this city. You have a couple of nicer coastal homes along the port, but there's also a gallows area where it's a little bit more poor, mainly fishermen and just traders that have little bazaars set up that don't get very much attention. So with that being said, the actual thriving homestead is going to be Pelmoon, which is a day's travel north of here, kind of almost northeast of here. And that's where you're going to do majority of your homestead thriving, where you're going to see a lot more people living or shopping or whatever it may be. Okay, so with that being said, as the boat docks, there's quite an array of individuals that are kind of helping, tie the boats off. You have deckhands running back and forth, saying, "Over here, run over here," and they're just kind of helping each other and doing what they need to do. A very well-dressed individual comes walking up, brown coat, very stylish. He has a ridiculously sized flower adorning the left of the suit. Very dapper smile, has a little handlebar mustache, and a little tricorn hat on, kind of walking up, looking very, very happy to see the ship. Big smile on his face. And as the boat docks, multiple individuals begin to get off the ship. This is where I'm going to give you guys the chance to introduce your characters. You can explain what they look like. You do not have to say what your class is. You don't even have to really say what your race is, but people probably want to know that. But as far as that goes, just kind of tell us who you are, what you are. Understand, the rest of you do not have this knowledge until the player's character has told you this knowledge. So you're just strangers to each other. But we'll go ahead and start with let's start with Krevlin. You're gonna be the first one of this group off the boat. So what do they see, Krevlin, as you step off of this boat?
Well, you see a guy. He's a little bit shorter. Wears greens, browns. He's got red hair and 2 large horns coming out of his head. And when I say he wears greens and browns, that's the top half because, of course, he's pantsless. No pants, nothing from the waist down. Just a furry goat bottom, and 2 hooves. He's light on his feet. He hops around. He's got big dewy eyes, and he just radiates kindness. Absolutely radiates kindness. The first thing you would say, like you'd see that guy, you're like, wow, that guy, nice guy. He is too. He's actually a genuinely nice guy. He's probably already, if you've been on a ship with him, he's introduced himself to all of you for sure.
Okay. So everybody would know of Krevlin. Any other interesting facts we need to know about Krevlin?
If you were to, being the friendly guy that he is, if you were to talk to him and maybe try to dig a little deeper, he's here on business. That's it.
All right.
We're just in town on business. No worries. Just
all right.
Just travel a lot. I'm from far away, and I'm traveling on business.
All right, there you go, traveling on business. Next off the ship is going to be Nixie. If you want to explain your character and go from there.
I also sent a picture to put up in chat, or
Okay.
if you wanted to. Nixie's a short gnome with a very big, kind of flamboyant hat on, heterochromatic eyes, bright teal hair, very friendly. Probably would have chatted with Krevlin most of the trip, to be honest. Has probably tried to pet if we ran across anything somewhat semi-monstrous. Definitely wanted to pet it on the way here. And we'll discuss plants and animals with anyone pretty much all day long.
Perfect. All right. Is any other things we need to know about Nixie at this time?
She's just wearing normal traveling clothes. If anyone asks her what she's doing, she's heading home. She's been away, wants to see her home again.
All right, perfect. So next up, coming off the ship, we see. I'm gonna guess here. Is it Daenerys or
Daenerys.
Daenerys, gotcha. So go ahead, Daenerys.
So Daenerys is about a medium build, lavender skin with a single silver braid between her horns. She's kept to herself pretty much, but pretty observant about what all's been going on the ship. Basic black leather, rogue attire. Hasn't really made a menace of herself or anyone really suspicious of presence. So.
Perfect. All right. And next off the ship after that is going to be quite a towering figure. But Grant, if you want to go ahead and explain your character.
Yes. So my character's name is Rolo. He's probably about right on 8 feet tall, big guy. He's wearing a black cloak, kind of covered up, kind of quiet. Just kind of stays to himself for the most part. Kind of just trying to be not, obviously seen, yet he's 8 foot tall, so he does kind of stick out a little bit. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, you see him wearing that. He occasionally, like when he starts to get hot, you can see him take the hood back a little bit. He doesn't have any hair. He's trying to think of what else. Yeah, he's just a big guy, really quiet. He does have a religious symbol. He does kind of seem to be at times, like you think maybe he's talking to himself, but he's probably like in prayer of some sort. It looks like it's kind of like it's a ritual. So he's doing something ritualistic.
Gotcha.
And doesn't seem like a mean guy. Just quiet. Just kind of staying to himself.
All right. Thank you, Rolo. All right, and then last off the ship, we have Alex. You want to go ahead and introduce your character?
Yeah, you see a tall elf walk off the ship. She's got long black hair that will mostly be braided back, the top half into a braid on the back of her head, and then the rest of her hair is cascading down her back. And at a quick glance, you can see a scar kind of creeping out of the top of her hood. It on the back of her neck, and she has fair skin and pink cheeks. She has doe-like wide almond eyes in the shade of pink, and she's wearing sort of like grayish tan trousers with a whitish tunic around her that's lower in the back. It drapes to about her mid calves and drapes over her thighs in the front. She has a sort of waist trainer on. It's leather with gold details kind of painted onto it in the shapes of vines and leaves. She has knee-high armored boots on, matching bracers and matching pauldrons. The cowl around her chest also has a hood in the back. Um, she's pretty shy. She keeps mostly to herself. If Krevlin did speak to her, she probably did not. Was a little awkward, a little shy, not very used to social interactions.
Oh,
She
that's okay.
is pretty reclusive. Is trying to just she's just traveling. If anybody were to ask her, didn't seem like she really wanted to give away the answer quite yet. Maybe she was keeping that to herself, but she just said she was traveling.
Okay, perfect. All right, so as you all kind of gather, kind of the get off the ship, take in the whole port city. None of you have. We're gonna say for the purposes of this story, none of you have been to this port city or been to this continent before, so it's all new. So, and those of you that may have been to this continent before, it's
Sam's supposed to be heading home, but
which is
like
fine. Which is
Isai would
fine.
be too big for me to be there.
Yeah, no, you're right. Which is fine. So I would say it's changed a lot for you too. So you're kind of all just taking that in, and kind of gallivanting around the ship. You've already been shipmates for a while, so you're kind of already used to each other to a degree. No real conflicts there. And as you're all getting off the ship, that same well-dressed individual comes walking up with his nice coat, oversized flower, tricorn, starts kind of almost like a little skip coming towards you, just big smile on his face, black hair, pulls the tricorn down and says, "Greetings and salutations, I'm Marco. I am the deck master of this particular dock. And behind me is and you see this little Kinku come out from behind him, dressed exactly like him. He goes, "This is my assistant, Polo." And as the little Kinku sits there, it flips open a little ledger with a little pen, and it goes, "I am Job." And he's like, yes, Polo, you'll do your job for sure. So, what is everybody here for? Are you here for business? Are you here for fun? Are you here for both? Maybe a little bit of both? What are we looking at here? He's just talking to your guys' collective group.
Just heading home. Been away for a while.
Oh, coming back to see the little ones, or perhaps a love that you left behind?
Only furry little ones.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. And what about you right next to her? He points to you, Denari.
I'm not one for small talk, but if you have knowledge worth giving, I'll share.
That's interesting. No one's ever accused Marco of small talk. In fact, I'm actually quite loud. Little Marco joke. And he looks. See, he gets it. Your pet. He gets it. What about you? Wow, you are very tall. What's your name, tall stranger?
My name's Rolo.
All right, and what are you here for, Rolo? Business, pleasure, or a little bit of both?
Just looking around.
Oh, all right, yeah, I can see that. It's probably easy to see quite a lot when you're taller than most of the things here. How about you, little elven girl? How about you? What are you here for?
I'm just visiting, just visiting.
Gotcha. So just to let people know, some of the mics are going to freeze time to time, but as long as we can hear the player, it's good. Or I'm sorry, some of the cams are going to freeze time to time, but as long as we can hear the player, that's really what matters. D&D is 75% theater of the mind. So, and in some cases, 100% theater of the mind. So, yeah, so as you tell him this, oh, that's perfectly fine indeed. There's something for everybody here at DSI Docks. So I can let you know if you are looking for pleasure, maybe a bite to eat, maybe something to drink. You can get that at the Salty Anchor. They'll be happy to see you. You can exhaust your curiosities there. And as he says that, Polo goes, and starts rubbing his tummy, and he goes, I know, I like the tavern too. So, if you're also looking for work, you can find the bounty boards at the tavern as well. Not really sure what's quite left there. You'll have to go check it out yourself. But we try to have fun here. So, I'm sorry. You actually speak common. You're not a pet.
You speak common, not a pet at all. I love the hat, by the way.
That is totally on me. I apologize. I should know that when I have Polo here. Polo just kind of like realizes he's kind of being insulted and looks up, and he's like, looks back down, and he's like, ass. He's like, oh. So, what's your name, little furry friend?
My name is Krevlin.
Oh, Krevlin, nice.
Yeah, Krevlin.
And what are you here for, Krevlin?
Just stirring up a little excitement. You know, couldn't stay away from this place for long.
Uh-oh.
Got a few things lined up, some work, catching up with some old friends, maybe even discovering a few hidden gems.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Maybe. What about you? Like, what do you do around town for fun? Got any drum circles here?
I pretty much just work. Great. You'll probably never see me again after this. But regardless, I can tell you this much. Krevlin, was it? If you're looking for pants, there is a perfectly good tailor about a day way in the city of Pelton.
Plenty of fur. Is it cold? Does it get cold here? Because I got plenty of fur.
Oh, it gets so cold, and the farther north you go, it gets more and more cold. That's not exactly why I gave you that information, but you can run with that. So, other than that, if you need me, I'll be at the Dockmaster's area. It's right in front of the gallows. That's that area over there. If you're not used to the smell of fish, it might be a little.
Been on a ship for 3 days.
Might take a little bit getting used to. So
Fish is the only
for a minute.
For a few.
I think I'm used to the smell of fish by now. Don't mind it.
So some people are just so scent deaf. They just can't smell anything. So all right. Well, it was nice to make your acquaintance. Polo, are you scent deaf? Polo's like, ass.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Polo. May I shake your hand?
I am Job. He shakes your hand. I am Job. Polo, I think they're good for now, but we'll get back to them. We'll get back to them. Yes. Smashing. All right. So the tavern's that way. If you decide to go look for some work or decide you need a drink, you might be hungry, thirsty after that long trip. Knock yourselves out. There is some guards that are going to be collecting today for an event. They haven't really quite told me what it is, but they should be here, perhaps a little bit closer to the middle of the day. So it's quite early morning right now. So I'd say it's probably about 9-ish. So not like, bright and early, but it's relatively early. So with that being said, he kind of just motions you guys to go wherever you'd like. And what you would like to do is up to you. Knock yourselves out. Well,
thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You as well.
I want to go to the board. That's where I would want to go first.
Okay. Right to
what
business.
An ass. Did you guys see the way he treated his assistant?
Yeah, he was rather rough with his assistant. Poor guy.
People have an outward-facing look, and then a way that they truly are inside, and you can really tell the way somebody truly is inside by the way they treat their underlings. Don't forget that.
All right, so
or their pets. They have pets.
Rolo's gonna go to the bounty boards inside the tavern. What would everybody else like to do?
A little coin would probably be nice, considering I need something to get back home.
Okay.
I might go with Rolo.
Salty Anchor.
Salty Anchor. All right. Alenthi and Denari, what would you like to do?
I'll follow the crowd to see what I can find out.
Okay. Keep in mind, guys, if you have not said your names, then your characters are not aware of each other's names. Most of you said it right there, so you kind of
I'm Krevlin.
you kind of earned that name at this point. But anything else that you want to know about each other will have to be basically talked with one another to find that out. So, all right. So everybody's heading there then. Olympia, is that what you'd like to do as well?
I just kind of stand behind everyone, walks away, and I kind of shuffle around awkwardly and like look around, trying to find out decide what I want to do, and I
Hey,
kind of just slowly
why don't you-
follow behind them.
Why don't you come with us? Come on, let's go. It'll be fun. Come on.
Okay.
We've already got one recommendation in the city, and I don't think we should pass it up. It'll be lots of fun. Come with me. Come on.
Okay. If you say so.
All
It
right.
might be
sure
nice
do.
to have something that's not citrus and seafood for a minute.
So as you guys approach the Salty Anchor, it is a massive, obviously reconstructed to be a building, but it is a massive ship that is just constructed to be a building. So you can see individual port windows, things like that, kind of adorn what is more than likely rooms. You still can't get the smell of salt water and fish out of the air. It's pretty much going to be constant in the outside streets especially. There are a couple candles that are not yet lit, being that it's daytime, but you can tell that the wax on them has been kind of rendered down, which means they probably use these a lot. So they're probably a nighttime establishment more often than not, which is about the average thing of a tavern, not to mention inns are usually open 24/7. So they do use them at times, but as you approach it and walk in, there's quite a number of people that are already in the tavern enjoying themselves. You have right off the bat, let's go ahead and have everybody do the first rolls of the game. Let's have everybody do perception checks. I'll call on you one at a time, and we're going to see what the first thing that everybody notices is.
I didn't see anything.
That does happen.
Yeah.
I'm not too far behind you.
All right, so we'll start with Rolo. Rolo, how low did you roll?
I'm trying to see what my perception is. Where do I click on the?
So if you're doing it on your phone,
Yes.
you got to kind of swipe it like it's a dating app.
Oh, okay, nice. That's all you have.
Yep,
to say?
swipe right, swipe left.
Okay, so perception. I thought I'd be high on that, but I got an 8.
Yeah,
I have a +3 and I rolled a 5.
That's fine. +3 is pretty high for the level 3 character. So an 8. Okay, so the first thing you notice is the fresh smell of like cooked fish instead of like just smelly fish. Just hits you immediately, and you're like, oh god, I would love to get some food and a drink, and you're kind of just at that point. That's the first thing you're noticing. There's a lot going on, but you're just really focusing on that good fish smell. Krevlin, what'd you get?
8.
8. So, Krevlin, the first thing you notice is this really nice cooked fish smell. It just hits you, and
I
you're just
like
like,
fish.
wow.
No complaints here.
That smells so good. Oh, man, I would really like to have some of that cooked fish and maybe something to drink. All right, Nixie, what did you get? Please don't tell me 8.
Yeah, it's an 8.
Okay, so Nixie, the first thing you notice when you enter is this really good cooked fish smell. It's really, really just hits you like a ton of bricks. You're just like, so 3 of the 5 people are currently doing this in the tavern.
We're just hungry. That's
Yep.
what it is. We've had
Just
so much just like
a long
cold,
trip.
random, all of the citrus
dice
we
don't
probably
lie.
want.
And just so you guys know, it's probably going to take me, for some of the more unique names, it's probably going to take me a while to get it accurate, so just correct me when I'm wrong. Denare?
Don't you worry.
The second one or the first one? You're just shaking your head.
Second.
Okay, Denare. What did you get? Please don't tell me 8.
17.
Okay, fantastic. So the first thing you smell is fit. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so as you walk in, you notice an array of things. You notice the smell that 3 of your other companions seem to be noticing rather abundantly. You see a busy-looking dwarven woman running back and forth. It looks like she's taking orders, probably either the owner or maybe just a worker. Very, very busy. She's slapping down drinks. She's got her hair back in a ponytail. Honestly, pretty big arms for, most of the dwarves that you've probably seen in your lifetime. You can definitely tell that she gets a good workout in, whether it's here or in her normal life. You see a very well-lit fireplace with a person very lightly playing a lute, just, with a little hat on the ground. Might be some coin in it, too far to tell. Off to the left, there is a table with 6 chairs that there's nobody at, kind of in the corner with a few cobwebs and a couple barrels against the wall. Other than that, there's about 3 other tables that are just filled with people having all kinds of chatter. Nobody's really, nothing really out of the ordinary. Mostly humans. There might be a few elves in here, aside from the one you're traveling with. Aside from that, that's pretty much what you see with that. So, take that in as you wish. And then, Alinthi, what'd you roll?
I got an 18.
Okay, I thought you were going to end at 8. All right, so you notice essentially the same things that Denari does, and it's mainly the only thing I would say with an 18 that you kind of slightly notice more than anyone else is there does seem to be an individual kind of towards the back that kind of just has a very straight look on his face. Next to him is the billboard they were talking about that has what looks like parchment tied to it. And other than that, really good smell of food and drink. As you're all kind of sitting there collecting these mostly smells, the dwarven woman kind of beelines to you, and she walks up and she goes, yes, all right. Welcome to the Salty Anchor. What is it going to be? Is it going to be food, drink? Please don't tell me you need a friend, because I'm really busy right now. Food, drink, what is it going to be?
Wow, yeah, you guys got, you're definitely committed to the theme, ocean theme around here, Sounds
Sure.
like maybe you got fish on the menu?
Uh-huh. We don't allow pets in here.
He's not a pet.
Oh,
That was very rude, but that's okay.
well,
I get it. I'm unusual. You don't have to apologize. But me and my companions here, we just had a long travel on the sea, and so I see you got a free table up there. 6 people. Come on.
yes, please.
Over there.
Sit down and I'll be right with you, okay? And she turns around and just walks away.
Oh, bring some ales.
Okay. She
Round of ale.
You just heard, okay. As she's walking away. All right, so you guys.
First round's on me, friends.
You guys take your seats.
Thank you. Very generous.
Thank you.
So you're back at this table. The actual bulletin board that has the bounty board rather, that has the parchment on it and what you could see. It's a little too far to see what's going on. Most of it's in pretty fine text. One of them does have the royal crest of the Polanian that you've seen on the guards that they wear, where their suits kind of attached to the buckle. You do see that seal on one of the things up on the billboard, and. Actually, you see 2 that have that, actually. And, so you see that. And you all kind of take your seats. And then it's yours to talk or do whatever you'd like to for now, so knock yourselves out.
All right, well, this place is like a regular seaside scratch and sniff postcard in real life, isn't it?
No, it's better
Definitely
than
bigger than I
outside.
remember. The sweet elf speaks.
You seem like someone who notices little things that others might miss. Why don't you tell me, what's something interesting that you've seen or thought recently on the trip or in here?
The boat was fun. It was not very bumpy. It was okay.
Still sad we didn't see a kraken. I mean, I didn't want to fight it. Petting it might have been interesting, though.
Fighting it would have been interesting as a word for that.
Oh, no, I didn't want to fight it. I wanted to pet it.
So, you guys have any thoughts on, everybody here thinks I'm a pet, but, I'm people-sized and walking on 2 legs and talking. You guys have any ideas? Something that might help?
Maybe don't stand with the big guy.
Pants.
I've got
Pants.
I got a people face. I mean, I got fur.
Yeah, but they'll take you more seriously if you're wearing pants because people don't
But
seem to notice the difference.
It gets colder
just
the
like-
farther north we go.
but it's fur. Like, you know, I got fur. You want me to
That's
wrap
fair.
my fur up? That seems all right. Maybe a skirt would probably be a little more suited.
So you're all quickly interrupted by
That wouldn't
a
be bad.
group of mugs going on the table. She goes, "There's your ale. First round's on you. I'm keeping a tab for you, darling. Pantsless, yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you
Very
so
welcome.
much.
You're very much welcome. All right.
First
And
round.
then I
on-
say
yeah.
I'll get next round and give her money to do next round.
All right. Sounds like we're going to be having quite a night tonight. We do sell rooms as well. Understand? Pale Moon, the Polanian gods are a little against public intoxication, so make sure that you all have each other's backs. All right, dearies?
Yeah. Well, this big guy here can really hold his liquor. Maybe just plate of fish would be fine. You know, whatever the house fish is. Fried
Yes,
up.
whatever that smell is.
That too.
All
Would be
right.
nice.
Some potatoes, perhaps, if you whatever you got.
Today we're doing a special on red snapper.
Red snapper. sounds
delicious.
Amazing.
Perfect.
All right. And would you like some?
I love the hair. Hey, by the way, I love your hair.
Oh,
Do
thank you so much.
looks
Yes.
really
She's
nice.
like kind of throwing it back. She says, "That's great, thank you." So, a plate of red snapper. Would you like some bread with it as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course, yes. Oh, that sounds
Okay.
amazing.
Great. Are you a group of adventurers, or here for business, here for pleasure? What's the deal?
We met on the boat.
Oh, all right. Newcomers. Nice. We
Just
got
here stirring up a little excitement. Got a couple of things lined up, but anything in town that you can recommend? Some hidden gems. I always like to talk to the locals and see what they have to say.
well. All they really do here is catch fish and cook it. So not really a lot of eating it. Not really a
Best
whole lot
thing you
going
can do
on.
with a fish.
Yeah, that is definitely true, especially in my line of work. I will go get that started for you. So we've got what a group here. We've got an elf, a very tall Goliath. We got ourselves a gnome, a tiefling. Those are rather rare around here. And then whatever the hell you are, I'm not quite sure.
We're called satyrs.
Satyrs.
Did you say that there was somebody playing music?
Yeah, there's a guy playing a lute. He's not playing it to the point that you're gonna hear it unless you get closer. He's kind of just like strumming it and just kind of very casual music for the situation happening. She's all right, well, I'll go get your food ready, and she walks away.
You're a real satyr?
That's what I
I
am.
thought you guys were Feywild Tales.
That's where I'm from.
Did we miss the hairy legs?
I saw the hairy legs, but I wasn't going to assume anything. Plus, they're
The
like I
hooves?
said, I thought they were Feywild Tales, not no offense. I'd never met one. I wasn't sure if you guys were real creatures. It was amazing to see one in person.
What is a satyr?
You want to explain
We're,
it? Or you want me to?
Yes. Well,
We're
no,
just,
that's what my
we're
character
from-
asks. My character's
Oh, yeah,
never
okay,
seen
go for it,
one
go for it,
before.
sorry.
He has no idea.
I thought you were talking to me. My apologies.
No, yeah. Well, what does a satyr like? He has no idea what a satyr is. He just sees
Well,
a dude with no pants.
I believe. Have you heard of? Now you understand when I say no pants. It looks like I have pants made of fur.
Yes, yeah. You have to have all
Okay.
fur down. Yes.
Yeah. I got a little tail,
Yeah.
little goat's tail, and goat's hooves.
How's that working out?
We're I'm sure you've heard of the parallel planes to the material plane. I'm from one of those. It's called the Feywild. Fairly common there, not too uncommon, not too unheard of. But yeah, I run into this a lot here on the material plane, seeing there's not very many of us. People don't really understand. Not many people are dumb enough to think that we're pets. We run across a couple of those here, but as you can see, I have a people face. I just have these horns. I actually think maybe those people are being intentionally rude, a little bit racist, but that's, you run into that from time to time. It doesn't bother me too much. I prefer not to deal with that, but it happens.
How do you get from different planes? Because my character would not understand probably planes. He's from the mountains. He would understand probably planes of existence. So he's thinking. So he's like kind of confused because you say planes of existence. He's like, I mean, I know he knows what like a fae means in a way that like elf, like he's heard that term before, but doesn't really know about that. So it's kind of just, he's kind of intrigued because it sounds like something. It's like blowing his mind that there's planes of existence.
How would you like to explain that, Krevlin?
You want me to explain that? I don't know how it works. I just live here.
Well, Grant knows how it works. I think Rolo's trying to figure out how it works.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know how it works either. I just live here.
That's fine.
Do you just go back and forth, or do you are you in the
I've
same
been here-
place
I've
at
been
the
here.
same?
I've been
Is it
here
like
my whole life. Not my whole life. I was there as a child, but came here when I was young, and I've always been kind of the odd one out, for better or for worse. Sometimes that singles me out, but been here my whole life, my whole adult life, and
What are other planes like compared to?
oh, it's so different than here. It's just it's very bright, very saturated, very natural, a lot of nature.
Dangerous, as they say.
Can be
Ooh.
dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Being from there, it's maybe a bit less dangerous for me, but yeah,
Are there people like me there?
By you, there are 8-foot tall creatures, but typically a bit more troll-like.
Oh,
There's maybe some Fomorians and definitely large creatures.
yes.
So as you're kind of
Pretty
talking
cool.
amongst yourselves, she returns with a plate of freshly cooked, looks really good. It's like got the perfect amount of butter and a little bit of wild rice next to it. And she puts it on the thing, sets down some rolls, says, "There you go, dearies, enjoy your red snapper. The guards are getting ready to come in for their meals, so I'm going to be quite busy. If you need an ale refill, just let the barkeep know. He'll get you taken care of. Again, if you need anything, please, do not hesitate to ask, all right? My name is Margaret, all right? So do not hesitate to ask. And the barkeep's name is Thomas. So,
Lovely.
well, thank you. And I do apologize for, we tend to be a little rude here time to time. It's just because we're so overworked. So I apologize if I offended you with any of my,
All is forgiven.
well, good. Thank you so much. So as she's finishing talking to you, you see the doors to the tavern open up again, and there is a, not quite Rolo size, but there is a towering man that walks in with full plate armor. He has just like a porcelain style mask upon his face with gold lining that's kind of keeping it in place, with a helmet over it that kind of locks off any sense of seeing his hair. Adorned to his back is a giant two-handed blade. The blade itself is silver, the hilt is gold, and there are red runes going down the blade. As he walks in, there are 4 other Polanian guards accompanying him. He has similar colors in his armor and etiquette to them. They come walking in looking very serious, very like they're on a mission. And they all walk in, 4 guards and him, so 5 total. And Margaret quickly hurries over to them, and you hear a little bit of conversation. It's kind of hard to make out from here with the tavern noise and everything else, what they're saying. But the tall figure seems to be kind of demanding something almost. And Margaret shakes her head and kind of slowly starts to walk back, a little spooked. Starts to walk back, run back into the kitchen, probably to get more food. The tall porcelain masked figure kind of looks around and begins walking towards the billboards. As they do, they kind of look down toward it. He talks to one of the guards, or it looks like he's talking. You can't see his lips. And they have some conversation. They walk back over to a corner. Not long after that, multiple people come out with what looks like plates of food, kind of hand each of the guards multiple plates, and they all kind of collectively walk back out the doors together. And the door shuts behind them. That's all you see currently, and you guys can go back to whatever conversation you were having. Or
They're already gone. They came in and then just left again.
Yep, as soon as they got the food, made their piece. It was probably about maybe a minute total for how long that took them.
Okay. Well, looks like somebody came prepared. I didn't realize that we were going for such a heroic entrance. Is that the vibes for tonight? Should I be worried, or are those guys just the friendliest guys in town?
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they seem so short with the Insta.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that to Margaret.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because this town's not big enough. You would think to, have something so crazy going on that would require all of those soldiers to then need to eat quickly on the run and not have time to come in.
Margaret,
Yeah.
She's saying gods. That the god was coming.
Yeah, so the guards, they just left.
The guards.
Yeah. Yeah, she did say that the
Margaret?
guards were coming. So Margaret, she's not going to be able to hear you from here, so are you motioning her?
Mhm.
Okay, she walks
She's
by.
busy
She's
too.
she kind of comes towards you. Not like a dismissive, more like a I'm really busy, so let me go ahead and help them real fast. They're paying customers. Let me get over there. Yes, yeah.
oh, like the entrance there, the vibes they brought in here. Should we be
gods.
worried, or are they just the friendliest guys in town? What's going on with those guys?
That's a word for it. So I would not say that they were definitely in a hurry. The Palladian guards are always in a hurry. There is an ongoing war with a group not far from here that we're kind of in the moments of peace due to its politics. I don't really want to get into it, but we are in an active, although slightly paused war with the kingdom just a little bit north east of here, about 2 days travel. The kingdom of Trandor. Their king has been quite a handful for the people of Pelmoon. Kind of rules with an iron fist type scenario, not anything like our king here. Oh, our king here is so kind and
Nair
generous.
Seer.
Nair
Nair.
Seer is the governor, silly, not the king.
Uh,
But he is also wonderful.
I've heard things about him.
You have?
I've seen paintings.
Oh, strange.
Hey,
So,
so
Very handsome.
can I roll an insight check
Name
to
backwards.
see if I feel like that she's but deception, whichever one you think I should roll
What are
to
you
see
trying
how I feel if there's something bad going on, or she's being sarcastic, or if she's being suppressive,
now, definitely insight. Deception would be if you're physically trying to trick her or talk her out of something. So
Okay.
insight for sure.
Well,
Would you have a good
that's
score?
a 6.
Okay, so she seems like a busy barmaid that doesn't necessarily have time. The way you'd say it in your head is, "Oh, this lady just don't have time for my bullshit." So,
I'm gonna
She's-
slip her like a small tip. Nothing not like a gold piece. Not like,
yeah.
I guess in our money it would be $5-10. Just, hey, you are the real hero of this place.
Oh dear,
You've
that's
handled everything with style.
Oh dear.
And when you get a second to breathe, I'd love to hear more recommendations. But I understand that you're very busy.
That is so sweet. If I would cry if I had time. And she takes it from you and just shoves it into her very visible bosom, and just says, "All right, dearies." But yes, that was the tall one. Well, tall to some of you. The tall one, he was probably about 6'8", by the way, so he's very tall. Probably about 400 pounds, just a mountain of a man. Compared to, as a human, that's pretty damn big. So she basically said that was Captain Navarre, and that's N-A, and then basically an apostrophe VAR. So she's like, he is the captain of the Palladian Guard, and very quite busy. I've never really talked to him myself. To be perfectly honest, he kind of creeps me out. Either way, enjoy yourselves. If you decide you need rooms for the night, just see Thomas. I will be back to refill your drinks soon. She turns around and runs back off.
Do you think she's casting a spell on this place, or is she just naturally that charming? What a wonderful barmaid.
She seems quite nice. I mean, honestly, you'd make more money with honey than you would anything else here.
I'm intrigued
So-
by Captain Navarre.
At this point, I I guess go to the board. You know, there's like a what did you say it was like a board of jobs or something.
Yeah, there's a bounty board.
I haven't. You said I didn't notice any people or anybody worth note in here. So yeah, I go up to the job board. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go check this out.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yourself out.
make sure you check the ones with the special colors. Official jobs will pay more.
Oh, special colors, special jobs. I'll check it out. Let you know if I see anything.
All right. So as you approach it, there are two that do not have the indication of like a job on them. Two of them are very well faded to the point that who knows how long they've been there. It looks like there's been multiple things put in front of it. Just dust has been caked on it so long that it's become part of the parchment because it's been sitting for so long. So you don't really notice anything off of those two. The two that have the symbol on them, they are very vibrant, new, colorful. One of them indicates a massive reward for information on the prince who has been missing for quite some time, and it is the other indication of it is if you know the whereabouts or can return the prince, they will double the reward. Information indicates for the return of the prince indicates 1,000 gold pieces, and if you can actually find where they're at and return them, it would be doubled to 2,000. And for anybody listening, I know, it's like, dude, it's your son. Why wouldn't you pay more than that? That's a lot of money. So, especially for a
1,000
city,
gold is enough to make you essentially like a millionaire.
yeah, more or
comparatively.
less. I mean, I would like it can be,
Or at
depending.
least very rich.
I would say definitely upper class. Like things like airships and homes are going to cost way more than that, but it also indicates eternal glory with the Polanian Empire, which their reputation that they have from you is very important, and you'll gain reputation the more things you do for them. The one next to that indicates that there is a small. On that one, it says to please see Captain Navarre. Then the other one indicates, same symbol, Polanian obviously, indicates there is a small village about 2 days travel from here that they do extra fishing at for different types of non-sea fish because people like bass and catfish and crappie and things that you're not going to find in the ocean traditionally. So they kind of do that, and there's families that live out there for weeks at a time, and it's indicating that there has been reports of attacks from creatures known as gnolls, and they have been
Nasty.
they have been ransacking, causing problems, burning things at night, trying to steal people. What few guards are out there right now is all they can spare because of the ongoing war relief. Right now, both sides have kind of decided to take a break, but they still need to have people on guard because you never know when one side might be like, never mind, truce is off, here's all my soldiers. So it indicates that to basically assist the village, find the gnolls, take out the gnolls, they are not only rewarding for basically the clearing of the gnoll camps, if you find them and clear them out, they're willing to give 50 gold coins per gnoll camp, and they are willing to give 5 gold per gnoll ear that is brought back to them as indication that you have stolen it. Keep in mind, well, I'll wait because a lot of you probably wouldn't know this, but so that's all those two indicate. So one of
Gnolls are
them,
unpleasant business.
yeah, one of them not
Right.
having any knowledge of the prince, you're not going to that's probably not going to be the first
So
one that
I'm
jumps
the only
onto
one
you.
who's reading this so far.
Correct. So you would have to relay that to them. The rest of them are not going to have
All
that
right.
information.
I'm gonna go back there. All right, gather on, guys, because I just got some news that might make this trip a very interesting and profitable. Turns out there's a royal reward up for grabs to find the missing prince. That's right, folks, a missing prince in need. Can you guys think of anything more exciting than that? don't know what y'all had lined up here, but there's that. Or I guess we could go cut some ears off some dog people. 5 gold per dog ear.
As well
Dog
as
people.
as well as 50 gold for each camp you clear out.
50 gold for each camp we clear out as well.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? You want to band together and make ourselves legends to this area?
At the
I
very
think
least,
so,
we could
yeah.
fill our coin.
I definitely think we should do with it being. I mean, we've never done a mission before. We don't really have any connection in the area to at least do maybe the easier one first. Just as we're getting the ear thing together. If I have to front line and get most of the ears, I don't have an issue with that. But just because it's our first time doing anything together, maybe we should do the easier of the two that may have the less risk of putting us in a bad situation, because we don't know what's going on with the prince or anything in that situation, and we could get ourselves in some hot water.
I mean, I don't know
quick.
either, but I fancy a real payday, if you ask me.
So, Kravlin, I forgot to tell you.
Royal payday, but our tall friend has a point. If we are to band together, we should do the one that we're more likely to succeed at. And gnolls have been a problem here before. I'm not much for killing anything we don't have to, but we can't have them hurting anyone else either.
Krevlin, you also saw that the one about the gnolls said, please see Lady Prava, which is Prava. V is in Victor. Prava. Which is not a person you've met yet.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna can I roll a persuasion check to try and to the satyr.
Yeah, I mean you can ask him what you want, and if you want to try to use persuasion against him, I would make it your persuasion roll, probably against it'd be your charisma against. Let's see, you're a warlock, I think, right? So, yeah. Which again, you guys, I mean, even if the players hear that, you don't know that. So,
maybe.
So,
it's time for a roll off, Garrus.
Oh. Okay,
Character knowledge.
It's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna lose people time to time. She'll be right back. So,
Oh, unacceptable. She just died. We're sitting there in the bar. All of a sudden, she just passed away.
yeah,
Poison.
she had a really bad heart. Just. Right, like you guys, as you guys are finishing this conversation, you notice Alynthia is just face down on the table, pale as
She drowned in her bowl of soup.
She couldn't
Every
handle her
time
2
someone's
rounds of
cameras go
ale.
out, you just face wherever you're at.
your character just shuts down. So she face planted. She's got floaties on, which is really weird for a bowl of soup. But no, she should be back.
So, you said there's a musician here playing. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to find that musician. And
Do I do my thing to Garrus yet? Do we?
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that?
Go ahead. And, how are you going to persuade him to
first.
do this? And then, Garrus, I'm going to give you the option to, I'd say, you don't really want to do a reverse. You really don't want to do a persuasion to persuasion. So, I would just give you a straight charisma check on whether or not you even want to, fancy what he's saying. And if it even affects you, it's really ultimately up to you, no matter what he rolls. But if he rolls high, maybe be more open to the idea. Go ahead, Grant.
Okay. So I just basically say I see you really like the other idea. So if we do this one first, we can go right into doing that one, and we can even ask questions about that other one while we're doing this one on anyone we come across, because I know that one's important to you.
Okay, what did you roll?
10.
Versus my what's the check that you wanted me to make?
Straight charisma check to see if you even want to entertain his
It's a +4, so that's a
suave.
22 for me.
So you are you can make up your own mind without any hindrance whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm playing this guy is pretty charismatic. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not.
Yeah.
This guy's got some charisma.
Shocker.
So it's up to me what I want to do. I mean, I mean, there's no reason that we can't. We could do whatever we want, man. The sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's alive!
Norm!
She's alive!
Yay, she's back.
You guys notice Alenthi pull her face out of her soup, kind of move her hair to the side, and she's joined the land of the living, possibly. There she is! Woo! So Alenthi, we basically decided
Yay.
anytime a person disconnects, their character immediately just face plants. So your face just face planted into your soup.
Well,
It's just a joke.
We didn't let you drown.
Great.
Don't worry.
let me
You're
just
fine.
wait. This
Yeah. So
not very good. It's salty.
All right, so Rolo is your name, yes. You make a compelling case, but I have to trust my instincts on this one. I'm just not exactly feeling the magic on this. I don't know. Here's the thing. I like both. I like both ideas. You hear what I'm saying? I like both ideas. I appreciate the passion that you're bringing to this. But really, I mean, we're talking about 1,000 gold just to find the guy versus going and fighting and killing people.
If it was an easy job, though, someone would probably have already gotten it done.
She's got a point. Yep, I'm with you now.
Not sure about attacking dog people. That sounds kind of
Not to roll.
crazy.
he was on the fence until now.
Me and my persuasion was no argument. Her just a random idea. It's like
Let's think of a way to make this interesting for
natural
both of us.
persuasion.
Quick, let's ask the Goliath what he thinks.
I
right.
concur.
All right, so you guys are gonna have to find Lady Prava. So no real indication
That's
of where she is, but that's who you look to for the.
And that guy who just walked in, that's the guy we talked to about the job for finding the prince, right?
Correct.
Which way?
Lady Prava.
Okay. Not. I mean,
What I say in that situation when he says that, when we notice that after the whole conversation, is to the satyr. I say, why don't you find out information about this other job so we can ask questions on the way and do stuff like while we're doing this, any connections we make, we can ask questions.
All right.
Like if we
That
kill
shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's keep this a little bit faster than the snail's pace, and we'll get it done.
Okay.
You know, I really. So I think I'll stay with this group and see where it leads us.
okay.
But I do want to talk to the man thing.
I'm going to go to Thomas and ask him how much for a room for the night.
Yeah.
I don't have anywhere to stay at all, so
real
I do
fast,
need to get that
Mina,
lined up.
whenever you're talking, try to talk a little bit closer to the center because you're. Yeah, it's there. You go. Just do that back and forth because you're. I don't know if anybody else did, but a lot of that was faded. So.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so you just said you wanted that this is a group that you think you're going to stick with to see how things go. I think is what I heard.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, now I can't hear her at all.
Oh.
I heard that.
It's in the way.
How about now?
Yeah.
Perfect. I want to speak to the guy.
It's going out. Is it going out for anybody else?
Yeah, we can't hear.
It's going up for me.
That is weird.
I want to speak to the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a perfect representation. You don't even need to make a performance check. That was perfect.
I wonder.
Sorry, guys.
Maybe that.
Technical difficulties. Everybody has them. It's gonna happen. So let us. Just
How about that?
Okay. So far, so good. Go ahead and try. Maybe your sentence is cursed. Try it again.
Maybe I'm. I want to speak to the man playing the lute.
Yay! We got it.
Yeah.
I wanted to speak to the man playing the lute.
I thought you were speaking to Thomas, Krevlin.
Oh yeah, I gotta find out a room.
Okay. So,
But I got drums, and I want to join the lute player as soon as I can.
all right. Sure. All right. So
He's playing at a snail's pace. We need to get this picked up, get the little beat going, the little dance groove.
All right, so Daenerys, you go up to the loot player. It is just a little, very short-looking individual. As you get a little bit closer, you realize, like, it almost looks like a kid. But as you get closer, you realize it's a halfling, and they're just playing the loot. If I said what they were before, it was a halfling, so I don't know if I mentioned that before. But it is a halfling. They're just kind of sitting there like, boom, 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 just playing their loot. Hat in the ground with coin in it.
Can I roll insight to kind of see what I can gather just by walking up to him?
Sure. Roll an insight check.
11. Or wait. Is that 11? Yeah. 11. Mhm.
Yeah, it's an 11. Yeah, I can see it as well. So, just seems like a traditional, maybe like a traveling musician type. Isn't hurting anybody. Isn't playing anything that a certain race might find offensive. There's probably collectively from first glance, there's probably about 11 copper and maybe 3 silver in his cap. So, not really, hitting it big here, but it's serviceable. Just other than that, you don't really ascertain much more information than that.
Okay.
He does eye you as you're walking up.
I want to drop a couple, like $5, a copper worth.
Okay.
Or 5 copper, technically.
5 copper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're gonna have $5.
So as you drop 5 copper in there, he kind of just nods to you a little bit, and you hear kind of not really a high-pitched voice, but a lighter voice as a halfling, and you just hear, "Thank you for your patronage," and kind of sounds a little bit female, but you can tell by looking at it that it's a male. They just have higher voices.
Do you play here often?
Pretty much every night. Not much else to do in this town.
So you see who comes and goes.
Say that one more time.
You see who comes and goes.
Pretty often. Sometimes I'm entrenched in my music, but every now and then I catch a gander at someone. Why ask? He's rocking back and forth in his little chair as he's talking to you. It's like a little rocker that he has.
Wow. I'm just seeing if anyone that.
Say that one.
I'm just seeing if maybe there's been any talk about a missing prince.
Oh, there's people that have been in here and out of here looking for that. I'll say that from my experience, Captain Navarre can be a little difficult to work with. I have seen quite a few people go after that one. None of them have really come back. Whether they couldn't complete it or physically, or whether they just lost interest. He's been gone for a little over a year now. The king and queen have been quite distraught. They've raised it quite substantially since what it's been, and just understand that amount of gold in a kingdom this size is pretty good amount. It would certainly put me up for probably the rest of my life.
It is a fair price. With Captain Navarre, you said he seemed to work with at times. He doesn't seem very friendly or sociable.
No, not very sociable at all. In fact, there's rumors, I've never seen it, but there's rumors that he killed a man just for looking at him weird.
Well, I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you so much, Tiefling. You have yourself a nice day. And what was your name?
Daenerys.
Daenerys. That's a sweet name. Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You as well. He just kind of goes back. Dun, 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 just playing his lute. Same tune.
I'll return to the table and what I've learned.
Okay.
About just a little bit that I did gather.
Okay. So Daenerys relays that information to you guys. Anybody who's gone to look for the prince has not returned if they took the task. Whether that means they died or they just lost interest is not really information he's going to have or you're going to have at this time. So, Krevlin, you walk up to Thomas. He's kind of wiping down the table. He's like, how we doing tonight?
looking for room. Room tonight for the night. What are we looking at that costing?
All right, how many rooms are you wanting?
Well, I guess I should have asked them first. I'm gonna yell back, "Hey guys, y'all need rooms?"
I put a finger up saying yes, like the signal. I need one.
Yeah. We're
No,
we
thanks.
just met here on the ship. We're just arriving in town. We need somewhere to stay. So how about you? Oh, your name is gone. It just says Alexandria Moyer.
Yeah, I got to
I don't remember her name,
Alenthy.
but Krevlin would remember her name. Alinthi.
Go ahead and change
How about you,
it.
Alinthi? You need rooms? Are we gonna split up some rooms? What are we doing for rooms for the night? They yell over everybody.
I just kind of stutter and nod.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Nothing.
Heck yeah. Also, do you have is sweet cobbler on the menu? Anything like that?
The only dessert we really have is, I guess you could call it
Second thought.
I guess you could call it cheesecake.
So a couple of rooms. What I mean, how many rooms do you have? How much are rooms? And then a cheesecake.
Sure.
If you don't have sweet cobbler, that is.
Yeah, no sweet cobbler. That does sound delicious, though. Yeah, so one room for the night is going to run you, per room is going to run you 2 silver.
Oh, 2 silver. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. All right.
It's pretty tough.
I mean,
He's just still wiping down the table. He's just looking at you like, is this guy
Well,
serious?
what?
Like, 2 silver is like the best deal you're going to find anywhere. And he's just like, yeah, it's pretty expensive.
all right. Yeah. Get a couple of rooms here. I'll take. I guess is anybody bunking together? You all want to split up 3 rooms? Go together.
The elf can room with us.
If you'd like, Miss Alinthi, you could technically stay in ours too.
Yeah.
Great. Glad it's all
right.
settled.
Well,
So,
it's on me. So 2
That'll be-
rooms. Rolo, you want your own room, or you want to? You're gonna stay with the girls, with us girls. How many beds are in each room?
So each room has 2 beds, but they can accompany
2 beds.
They can accompany more than that. They can bring in cots. Cots, extra blankets, whatever you need. Kind of busy here, so how many is it going to be? You need 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 4 rooms, 5
2
rooms?
rooms.
2 rooms.
2
All right.
rooms it is.
All right, that'll be 4 silver.
Here you go. Hey guys, I got this. Guys, I got this.
Yeah,
Thank you, Krevlin.
So
That's for
this is just
extra cost for me.
so Ryan, just for me and you.
Yeah.
I'm here in town. Is there anything specific that I need to take care of here in town outside of them? Is there any sort of like a name or anything that I have specific?
Yes, there is actually indication of basically a traveling thief that is stealing a lot more than just coin that you are specifically trying to track down. You've been told to start here. You don't exactly have a whole lot of information on where they're at, but the name that the person goes by, the only name that you've been given is Grimly. Gremly. Grimly.
All right. Well, then I'm just gonna ask Thomas.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in the cheese-ish cake as part of the 4
Jesus
silver.
cake.
Yeah,
Awesome. I'll take one of those.
Yeah. It's like a cheese.
Is
cake,
that
I guess.
you guys serve Bricklesicle? Oh, that's Feywild. I'm sorry. I was thinking. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about Kazuntai.
Bricklesicle. Do you have? I mean, do you know that? Do you carry that here, or is that not?
Never heard of it.
All right. Yeah, it's just maybe something from where I'm from.
Yeah, I'll be right with you. All right. Yeah.
Bricklesicle is good though. Do you want the recipe for Bricklesicle?
That's fantastic. Here's your keys. Enjoy your room.
I'm just saying, if we start
I'll come
serving
back and talk to
Bricklesicle,
you another time. I'm a little busy,
out the
so I'm
door
gonna
for
have
your
to help.
Bricklesicle.
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah,
Not only
have a
is it
good
the
night,
only
sir.
Bricklesicle
He
in
just
the
he just
entire
walks
region,
away
but
as
the
you
best
continue to talk.
Bricklesicle by default. I'll make us a Bricklesicle, and you can sell that if you like, just for the first time. And then I'll sell you the recipe.
Yeah, he just kind of rolls his eyes in the distance and helps the guys that he's talking to get drinks. Yeah, so You've got your.
All right.
You've got your.
Well, this music is at a
release.
snail's pace. It's time for a tunic party, baby. I'm gonna start playing the drums with
Sure.
the lute player.
All right, go ahead and
Kind of speed it, liven it up a bit.
go ahead and make a performance check for me.
Let's see what my performance is. That's an 18 on the dice.
Ooh.
Oh, plus 6.
Oh man! Woo.
24.
Nice.
Wow!
Get that, breaking out that dulcimer.
You just Ricky Ricardo that shit, man. Just hitting that drum, like people
Hell
running in
yeah.
and enjoying it, kind of dancing to it. I said the next 30 minutes. The next 30 minutes. Crack kills. The next 30 minutes.
I'm gonna wink at Margaret.
Okay, she does not wink back. The next 30 minutes
okay.
of playing this music, you get a you get probably somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's say by the end of the night, how well you played, you get about 9 silver by the end of the night.
Nice. And of course, I'm gonna split it with the lute player.
Okay, so you go ahead and take yourself.
So I'll be at 4, and he can have the 5.
Okay, and he's like, "Thank you so much. You played the drums so
No.
well."
Hey, you know what? Drums, I'm assisting a lute player. So start a show right here. Everybody, let's hear it for, what was your name again?
I forgot what I said his damn name was. I gotta write these names down.
Well, we're not going to tell you if you didn't write it down. You have to
Roll
remember.
a history check.
Roll a history check.
Roll a history check,
Roll a
Ryan.
history check. His name is not Thomas. We're just gonna call this guy Greg.
Let's
Oh,
hear it
you
for
said it
Greg,
was a
everybody.
GM.
His name's Greg. Okay, so nobody's ever talked to the lute player before. All right, so Greg is his
Greg,
name.
right here.
Greg,
Best
the
lute player in the region. Right here. Let's hear it for Greg.
Woo! Everybody starts clapping, cheering for. They pause for a moment because everybody forgets his name, but then they're like, "Oh yeah, Greg! Woo!" All right, so yeah, so that happened.
Bring it down just for one more song. Just slow it down just a little bit. Got one song here that I think everybody's gonna love. It's called "The Groundhog's Lament."
All right, roll a performance check.
8 plus 6, 13, 14.
So so you, as you start playing slower and slower music, people at first are kind of like, they want the hype back, and then everybody kind of starts like getting comfortable into it, and they're all like, wow, this is really beautiful. By the time that one's done, we'll say you got an additional 4 silver, because most of these people are pretty much strapped at this point, but they wanted you to know that they really enjoyed it. Now, did you solo this one, or did Greg accompany you?
This is a solo.
Okay, yeah, so you got 4 silver. So, it's at that time that the kind of like crescendo of your performance gets slightly interrupted. It's still very, people really liked it. The doors kind of swing open, and somebody says, "Hey, everybody, it's starting!" And they turn around and run back out, and you see a bunch of other people kind of get up from what they're doing and walk out. You swear in the mix-up, you hear Margaret say, "Oh, thank God." So all these people start leaving the bar, and it kind of in a hurry, and they're all just rushing out, kind of leaving you guys, the lute player, whose name is Greg, and the some kind of drunk in the corner that nobody's been paying attention to this entire time, just face planted down. Obviously, he disconnected, so he's just face planted in the world of Galantrie. But what you'd like to do is up to you guys.
Okay.
I want to see why they're all leaving.
I kind of
Like, did everyone just get up and go?
Yep, everybody but the workers and the Greg the lute player and the nameless bum who's disconnected.
Where are they going?
Let's go see.
Yeah, let's go find out. I'm going to follow as well. Although I did write the first few lines of that song, "The Groundhog's Lament." If anybody actually wants to hear it.
I mean, if you
Very
don't,
nice.
could always send it, and I would love to at least read it.
Very nice.
Maybe it's a lullaby.
All right. So
Oh, I peeked from my burrow 'neath the frost-covered ground in search of springs warm, where none could be found. The winds they did howl, the snow it did fall, and I knew the chill was winter's harsh thrall.
I like your song, Krevlin.
You sing very
Thank you
well.
so much.
So, yeah, as you play that song, kind of get everybody, most of the people seem to really enjoy it. So, all right, at this point, you're all kind of exiting the bar. You notice a big circle of people kind of in the center of town. It's relatively easy to see one figure that you have seen recently. You see Captain Navarre kind of towering up above most of the other people. Because he's 6'8". Again, Rolo, you can see everything. So they've got they have him basically. They're up there on what looks like kind of a makeshift gallows with a rope ready to go. Not the type of gallows indicating poor town, but an actual gallows. And they also have a place in front of it with multiple barrels and kind of like a platformed area where him and two other guards are standing. And as you kind of are getting out there, you start kind of overhearing Captain Navarre start talking, and he says, People of Visay, and residents of Pale Moon, visitors from far beyond, please gather round. By the power of the king himself, to carry out an absolvement of crime. I am here to lay such an absolvement myself, to teach the lessons that people should know that the Polanian Empire will not be made fools of. He kind of looks over to the other guards and nods. They both bring up this third individual who's wrapped kind of in chains, no shirt, pants, a humanoid, and they kind of set him in front of Navarre. As they do that, Navarre quickly kicks him in the back of the knee, and he falls down, abruptly. Chains just falls to the ground. I have been given direct power by the king himself to carry out the punishment to this soldier. This piece of garbage in front of you left his post, leading in the direct killing of one of our own. He says he did it because he was scared. As you see this person that's on the ground is like a kid, maybe 16, 17 years old. So, when you work for the crown, you will not behave in this manner. Not even a little bit. So, with the invested power of King Tanaris and Queen Juna of Pale Moon, that's Tanaris, Tanaris, that is the king of Pale Moon. Then Queen Juna, which is Juna. I shall bring balance back to the goddess of Ostia, as well as balance to Pale Moon itself. And there is only one way to do that, and we must burn that crime. And as he says that, his sword ignites on fire. Two soldiers walk up and put boards in behind the chains of the person.
Oh, damn.
And he kind of looks out to the rest of you and he says, do any of you have any reason why this scum should not be punished? He points to one random lady and she goes, ban him! Just crazy hair, one eye going this way. He points out to another individual in the crowd. He goes, you, tall one, pointing to you, Rolo. What would you have me do to somebody of this nature?
Rolo, pick me up.
I say, the goddess, because Astia is my goddess as well, right?
Yes.
Goddess of balance. Yes, I would say the goddess of balance would not consider this worthy punishment for such crime.
And what punishment would you say This type of crime deserves the death of a Palalian soldier. The death of a teammate. Speak, boy!
Going on the spot here, buddy.
Hugging, a strapping,
No, I'm
maybe. He's
joking.
only a kid.
So-
I'm joking. I would keep him detained for a period of time, and do hard labor to show to pay for his crimes.
Hard labor, you say? Do we not have enough hard labor when we lose people of our kind? And you hear all the people like, yeah. And I think Nixie said she wants you to pick her up. So
Okay, yeah, I pick her up.
All right, so it's like, and what does your child think, sir?
Pardon you, I'm an adult.
Sorry?
And what good does removing a child do? Use him for good. If he's not a good soldier, maybe he's a good medic. Maybe he's a good craftsman.
We tried to use him for good, and he got someone killed. Enough of these shenanigans! Now!
I'll say really quietly under my breath. It's obviously very loud and chaotic around here.
Yep.
But I'll say really quietly under my breath, "O Dark Lord, I present to you this prisoner as a sacrifice."
You got it. Yeah, you say that prayer to yourself. So, as he does that, he goes, "Now you will all lay witness to what happens when two soldiers, when they disobey command and betray the crown." And he sticks the sword in behind the boards, and the person just, "Please, no, just starts screaming as his skin is burning and sizzling. His screams as the sword continues to blaze, the screams get drowned out by the blaze of the fire just cooking his back. It smells terrible. He's falling kind of forward, like just tears coming out of his eyes. All that when suddenly off to the left side of the crowd, stage left side of the crowd, the people separate, and all of a sudden the flames just snuff out. And he goes, "Oh!" And the guy just collapses. And as you see that, as the people separate and you see it snuff out, you see a female figure in the distance wearing very adorned in like gold and red robes. This kind of almost like a hula hoop type dress type thing, like a ring, but it has like clothing like royal clothing that kind of goes around it. Dark-skinned woman. Bald head. She has a tattoo that goes all the way down to the front of her face. It kind of looks almost like a dragon. And she does this as she brings her hand back from casting a spell. And she goes, she looks at her, she goes, "Captain Navarre, what is the meaning of this?" And Captain looks over at her and goes,
"Despicable."
Lady Prava. You bless us with your presence. Well, I was just merely showing the people, the great citizens of this town in our nation, what happens when you disobey the crown. And she goes, she kind of like looks at him like pissed off, very pissed off. And she like walks up there, comes up the steps, kind of like, basically carefully because she's wearing a lot of clothing. And says to him, she says, "Captain Navarre, this is not the way we do things. Who gave you the right to do a public execution?" And he goes, "Lady Prava, please. He is still alive." That is not the point. The point is, who gave you permission to do this? The king has given me the right of judge during these times. The right to judge, not to execute. Again, Lady Prava, he is still alive. He kind of like clicks something a second, and the flame kind of, and the guy goes, "Oh!" And he goes, "See? Still alive." That is not the point. The king will hear of this and hear of what you have done. And he kind of leans in towards her. You can't see his emotion because he's wearing a mask. But he leans in towards her, and you hear beneath his breath, "Are you threatening me, Lady Prava?" She goes, "It is not a threat. It is a promise. He kind of sits there for a moment, just looking at her, and then he kind of laxes. Of course. I stepped over my boundaries. It will not happen again. Guards! And he kind of walks down, starts to walk away, and he kind of looks towards her and he goes, well, Lady Prava, I'll leave it to you then. Perhaps, punishment enough for what this person has done. Maybe a simple timeout is all he needs. And he kind of walks away, pretty, honestly, heated and pissed. These other soldiers with him kind of run up to their horses. He goes, come, now! They all get on their horses. His is a exceptionally big horse. Armored, everything. And they all take off towards the north, kind of the northeast.
I want to go over to the guy that's burned and hurt.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
You kind of walk past Lady Prava. She goes, can I help you, sir?
I just kind of ignore her at the point because I'm focused on the kid that because sure. I don't agree with what they did to him. So,
and did she seem like she's worshipped Astia as well, or
no? Based on the symbol, her holy symbol, make a religion check. I would say you've been in the material plane most of your life, right, Krevlin? Yeah, so you no disadvantage.
And what check am I rolling?
You would be a religion check if you want to ascertain what religion she
11.
is.
I know, not religion. The one before that I was doing.
He's gonna try and heal him.
Cure wounds.
Heal him. Yeah, I rolled 11, and then it's plus what?
So cure wounds should be one. If you're doing, what level are you doing it at? 1. So 2d8, I think. So you got an 11 in the dice, and then it adds your spellcasting modifier.
2d8. Okay.
Actually, it only adds your modifier. I think I think you only add your modifier. You may not even add your modifier. It'll tell you next to it. Let me look at it.
I'm pulling up spells.
Just a second.
The wounds is 2d8 plus 2 at level 1.
Okay, yeah, so plus 2, so you do add the modifier.
Okay.
That's a cleric, a life cleric that I'm thinking of. So yeah.
10 total.
Okay.
6, 2, and 2.
Okay, so you heal him for 10 points, which is pretty much most of his life. So he's pretty much better now. He's like, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. And Prava says,
I hold my holy symbol while I do it. Because, like, in my viewpoint, I think it's disrespectful to, like, my deity to claim my deity when you then do something that is not what I would agree with.
Lady Prava looks at you. She says, thank you for your service, sir. However, he is still a criminal, and he will still be dealt with by the ways of law and judgment, not by execution in a public sense. That is enough, everybody! Back to what you were doing. This is over. Everybody's like, oh, you hear somebody like, Lady Prava makes everything less fun. And they all kind of walk away. What was your...
Exactly as it should. No problem.
What was the religion check you got, Garrus?
16.
16? Yeah, she worships the metallic dragon Harzgul. That's of the lords. That the spelling on that. Let me make sure I tell you exactly. HARLSGAULT. That is the god of metallic dragons, which are generally the good dragons.
So like Bahamut?
Kind of. He's the Bahamut of this world. There is no Bahamut in my world. So it's Harzgul is Bahamut basically.
Got it.
But he's a gold dragon. So
nice.
But yeah, she thanks you that the soldiers pick him up and take him away back to wherever they're taking him to their.
There's gold.
Yep. So yeah, everybody else scatters. The guards are kind of like saying, "Excuse me, sir," to Rollo to get off the gallows, and they're going to start breaking it down.
Okay, I back up.
Such barbarism.
Horrible, horrible, terrible things.
I don't know if I want to do business with that guard person after seeing that situation.
I mean, I'll take his gold if I find the prince, but
I say we focus more on the
at
one.
least agree on that. We can agree on that, right? Like, if we find the prince, we'll take his gold stuff.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
His coin is definitely good. His attitude, no.
Yeah, we don't like his attitude. The dude definitely sucks, but we'll take his gold if we find that prince. In the meantime, maybe we should still clear out some evil gnolls. You guys
I'd say
down?
we
Because
go
I'm
ahead and
down.
talk to the just lady.
So you see, you hear somebody in the distance say, "Hey, somebody's pickpocketed me," and a couple guards walk up to try to see what's going on. As that happens, he's like, "Somebody came up to me and stole gold right out of me pocket."
Like? Is that something I would have noticed? I mean, with
make
my background,
yeah,
I might have.
Make a
Seen happening.
perception check to see how well you're paying attention.
13 perception. Hold on. Plus 3, 16.
All right, yeah, you hear everything. He said somebody stole from him. After that, you see a couple other people checking their pockets, and you say, "Me too."
What I meant is with my background, would I have maybe seen like the grift happening? Was that something I would have noticed?
I'm gonna say not.
The actual grift.
I'm gonna say not directly, because even though you're looking for a thief, you were
Some
pretty.
thieves can't.
Yeah, you were pretty distracted by that display, I would say. Not actively. Now, if you tell me somewhere that you're actively scanning people, I'll give you that. I'll give you that option. So for now, no.
I've been part of one of these grifts before. I didn't see it happening.
Correct. So, all right, no problem. So, what is everybody else wanting to do at this point? Lady Prava, you see heading towards the Salty Anchor.
Let's go back.
Is she the one
Salty
that we're looking for to hunt down gnolls?
Yes.
Was she the one that was on that poster? Oh yeah, we still catch her. Say we want this job.
Let's grab her.
Okay. So she's
all right.
Let's
just
catch her
grab my
attention.
armor.
Let's not actually grab her.
Oh, don't grab her. Okay.
Just
grab her.
Gods!
Yeah,
Like,
take
pull
her to the ground.
Come here, damn it.
She's gonna cast a level 6 guiding bolt to your face. You're dead. All right. So the end. It happens.
Good job.
Death comes to us all. Not necessarily the first game, but death comes to us all.
Not everyone is quite talented.
Yes. Hey, there's still a chance she could miss with a plus 14. So, anyway, so yeah, no, you catch up to her.
It's a 5% chance.
Yeah, true. So you're like you motion her down. She turns around. Yes, can I help you, adventurers, group, whatever you are?
Yes, we are just a few soup and sauce travelers here looking for some work. We saw on the board that you are looking for people who can clear out gnolls. We would like to be of assistance, perhaps.
That you have heard correctly. Are you a satyr?
I am.
We don't see much of your kind around here.
Right? We're pretty rare to be a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, just to forewarn you, people here, when they're not familiar with people, they're quite rude about it. A lot of times they'll call people pets. I'm not a fan of it. But
no, me neither.
We do our best.
I really don't like it.
So they're kind of talking. As you ask about the job, she says, there is a claim of one of our smaller sister towns that kind of bring in the freshwater fish. About a day to 2 days, roughly, depending on your mode of travel. Just east from here, a fishing village. Reports of gnolls stealing, sometimes trying to steal people. Not quite as successful lately with that, with the guards we have posted. But we are so short-handed. They're trying to burn things in the night. They are just being very awful to the citizens of this area, and we need them dealt with. As the bounty indicated, we will give you 50 gold coins for basically the removal of any of their camps, as well as 5 gold per ear. Now, keep in mind, most of these gnolls are, from what we've heard, are pretty battle hardened. So those that do not have ears, if you have another way to indicate that you killed a unique one, such as a head, we may take that as well. The ears may just be easier for you as far as going, and they should not have more than 2, 1 at most. 5 gold per. Do with it what you wish. Those are our terms. We will also give you, to start this, just because we need this handled quickly and delicately. We will also provide you some rapport with the kingdom, as well as one healing potion for each person that wishes to go.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll take it. We'll
Yeah.
do it.
You owe me.
Sounds like a fair price.
Let's go ahead and head inside to get the contract ready. And she walks in, the
Guys.
doors squeaky as she opens the doors.
We're gonna sign, as we walk, guys. If we're gonna be signing a contract as a group, like what should we call it? We have to call ourselves something.
I just assumed we would sign our names, but the oddballs?
The Fateful Five.
This is up to you guys to discuss. This is kind of like a player discussion / character discussion type thing, so you guys can solve this before we get back to the signing of the contract. So if you want to do that now, knock yourselves out.
The Fateful Five does sound epic. We did kind of meet at random on a boat.
Maybe it was fate.
The Fated Five.
What is it, ladies and gents?
What say you?
All I know is there's 5 of us.
I said the Fateful Five.
So you want the Faithful Five or the Fated Five, or Olympia? What's your
The Soup and Sauce Travelers.
The Soup and Sauce Travelers? The slight odor of fish 5? Maybe too many words.
Falling in soup.
Falling.
Well, that was a solo act. So
That also sounds like a really good band name.
that's the name of my Liberace cover band.
It's like
So-
bowling for soup.
The
Bowling for soup.
Bricklesicles.
There goes with those damn Brinklesicles again.
The Bricklesicles. The Groundhog.
I want to try Bricklesicles.
Wait, what was the name of the ship we came in on?
The name of the ship you came on would have probably been, let's say, the. I'm trying to think of all the ships, because bigger ships, like huge ships, are going to be well known. This is not really going to be considered one of the bigger ships. So let's just call it the. We'll call it the Craven. With a K. Kraven. The Craven.
We certainly don't want that in our party's name because we are anything but. There's one thing I've noticed about this group here is you're all quite brave. Not a craven one amongst you. Especially that big guy over here.
To be the followers of the Satyr.
Elif may be a little bit shy and quiet, but she's paying attention. I've noticed that about her. She knows what's going on.
I quite like
I'll
the
see this.
Fateful Five.
Fateful Five?
All right.
That'll work.
Okay. Faithful 5 it is. So.
I'll take F squared for short.
There you go. So as the F squared
That's
Faithful
it.
5
I'll have to
group,
drop a little symbol for that.
that'll be nice. Thank you, Garrus. So as the Faithful 5 walk in behind Prava, she goes, "Please take a seat. Let me get." And as she does that, she looks over at Margaret. She goes, "Margaret, contract." Margaret's like, "Yes, ma'am." And she runs to the back to come back out. Brings this kind of parchment
Her to
with a-
work.
with a quill. "Here you go, madam." She's like, "Thank you." Rolls out the contract. She goes, "Now, each of you, please, one at a time, sign here, here, initial here, sign here, here, and here. This just indicates that that I am a woman I don't remember meeting any of you, so I am a woman that you have never met. This is a contract that you have never seen. This part indicates payment will be paid in full if the return is made within a week's time. The time now is the Tuesday, the 2nd of Vazoom. So you will have exactly until the 11th of Wednesday. We're going to give you up to the point of Wednesday to return with that information. Wednesday, the 11th of Vazoom. If you are not back by then with the information, as well as the ears and anything, we're going to assume that you have given up or have no wish to complete the contract. If you are dead, then that is the least of your worries. If you are not dead, understand, returning with nothing, or by coming back and claiming you have returned nothing, will result in bad rapport with Pale Moon, and do that too many times if we choose to trust you again, you yourself will become an enemy of Pale Moon, and we will no longer consider you allowed here. You will be excommunicated away. Is everybody understood? If that is too much for you, I understand, and we can all
So
go
if
on
this
our way.
mission takes one day longer than that, and we come back, all the gnolls are dead, all their ears are in our bag, but it's a day too long, no good.
That is correct.
We're kicked out. No gold for any of the years.
We're only
You're cutting out, Wendy.
banished if we do it more than once.
But if we do the job perfectly, but return a day late, it's as if we didn't do the job at all. You will not pay us anything.
Listen, my furry friend, I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. The reason why these rules
I'm
are
not
so strict...
complaining. I'm just making sure that
Clarification, of course,
clarifying, yeah.
of course. Clarification is always good. But understand, we have had many people not return by choice. We cannot give the contract out to more than one group at a time, for legal reasons, for political reasons. However, we also want you to know that if we find out that you are indeed working with or are any part of the Trandor Kingdom, then that is immediate jail, and the courts will decide your fate. Is all that
They're
understood?
pretty serious.
It is very serious.
Can I get clarification on Wednesday? Are you saying by sundown Wednesday, or by what time on Wednesday?
That is the only intelligent question I have heard thus far. By midnight of the day. Therefore, you need to technically be there. Midnight of Wednesday is technically midnight of Tuesdays. Or, I'm sorry, of Tuesday. So you need to have it to her by midnight, which is the beginning of Wednesday.
Oh, by the 10th.
More or less.
So we don't
yes.
even have all day Wednesday?
Correct.
I
So-
hope you people.
So if it is Wednesday, it's late.
I have short legs, but I'm not
She's
above
marked.
riding a small horse.
Now, if we are all in agreement, please. So does everybody sign the contract?
Oh,
I'll
I'd
sign.
sign it.
Yeah.
As she's very well. Now, we understand that you have never met us before. Therefore, we are not only going to make you be full out of pocket. So, we give you these potions. Everybody's going to get one healing potion. You can actually go to, on your character sheet, if you go to your equipment inventory, then manage equipment, and you go to where you can type. Just type in
Yeah.
healing, and it's going to be potion of healing. You want to do, it's just a regular gray colored one. You do not want to do greater.
Yeah, or equipment. I think.
Honestly, at this level, if you drank a greater healing potion, it'd probably kill you. So, not really. But just a regular potion of healing, you'll hit add. And then she's also doesn't want any of you to be out of pocket, so they're going to forward you currently right now. Everybody's going to get 10 gold of what they were promising you before. So whenever they go to pay you, it'll be 10. It'll essentially be 50 gold less than what they paid you. So you're all getting 10 gold up front for out-of-pocket costs that you may endure doing this. And they will just take that 50 out of the total reward. Any questions?
No question.
Fairly
Excellent.
clear.
We have so how much gold do we start with again?
25.
30.
So we have 30. I'm gonna say 34. I'll say I spent a gold on drinks and stuff and all that,
That's fine.
They are based on our things.
and tips. I'm generous.
Sure.
I have one question.
We should be at
Maybe
Yes.
a bit unrelated. I'm looking for somebody named Gremlin. Is that a name that a one-named individual? Is that something that you've heard of?
That name does not ring a bell directly to me. I could ask the crown and get back with you.
Oh wow, yeah. If
Fair
you could, that would be great.
Is this a person that we should consider dangerous?
No, I mean, no. Just let me know if you. I'm looking for him, so
Very well.
just let me know. You don't have to tell him, but yeah, I'm just.
As I said, Wednesday by midnight. And the reward is yours. A day later, no reward, but perhaps I can talk the crown out of not giving up on you. And she kind of nods, looks over to you, Rolo, and says, "Thank you again for your help today. I can see that you are kind-hearted. We lack quite a lot of that here lately." She turns around.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
She goes, "The more I want good to prevail, the more evil rules this roost." She kind of just nods to you all and walks away. Squeaky! Right back out the tavern door. By the way, for anybody that's curious, there is no WD-40 in Galantrie, so all the doors squeak.
Yep. Someday one of the characters will have to be an artificer and make it.
Yep.
Guaranteed
Yes.
they'll be.
I guess somebody could find some crude oil or something and turn it into some WD-40. Nobody's thought to put oil on the creaky hinges. At least not yet.
Yeah, but if you put normal oil on creaky hinges, you get gunked up hinges that eventually tarnish.
You're just going to get squeaky. That's what it's basically going
Yeah,
to
I
do.
got
It
this
will
oil
work
that this monk
but it will tarnish.
puts on his itchy patch.
Yeah.
I hear that's pretty good oil.
All right.
Soothing balm.
You guys have the
You
information.
can try it on the door just for here.
You guys have the information
Yeah,
on
I'm gonna-
what you're going to do.
Dab a little bit of oil on this hinge.
Should we even stay the night with the knights that we boarded, or should we go ahead and head? Because it's about a day or two travel.
What time is it right now?
I'd say at this point, with everything that's gone down, it is probably getting close to 5 or 6 p.m. Because like a lot of the stuff that's happened, all the conversation,
We were there for a long time.
the whole event that you watched took some time.
I mean,
I
I'm
say,
fine with
do
sleeping
we-
on the
or no?
road.
Yeah, I say why not? Let's just start in the morning.
That's up to you
Yeah,
guys.
it was a long
That
journey
sounds
on the
good.
boat.
All right.
So let's
I say
rest.
tonight we drink.
I agree.
All right, back into the tavern you go. Which the tavern, it's a tavern that never stops because it's still going. So, all right.
Like a shot of Parsgill's
I buy
breath.
2 drinks for everybody.
All right. So yeah, that would be let's see, 2 drinks for each person. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. That'd be 2 silver and 4 copper.
Okay. I just give him a gold and tell him to keep the change.
All right. Thank you so much. And then you hear him go, and he puts it in a jar. All right. So you guys drank, have a good time. Is there anything that anybody wishes to do during this transition into a long rest?
Could there be any more songs? You play well.
So you guys do
Bad.
notice that Greg
Doesn't sound bad.
Greg is no longer in the bar. So you won't get any music from Greg, but if Krevlin wants to play another song, he's more than welcome to.
Oh, woe is the groundhog trapped in the cold with tales of sunshine that never grow old. I dreamed of green meadows with fields fresh and fair, but winter is long, shadows still cling to the air.
You hear a couple random people. The drunk in the back corners, he's like this, he's like, I look good! And he just goes right back down.
I want to, so is there any way that I've noticed, any seedy characters, as in, like, maybe, if I want to get some information, like, from a criminal, roguish types?
Yeah, you don't see any, you definitely don't see any roguish types in here. Most people aren't covering their faces or anything like that.
Yeah.
The most, I would say the most, like, out of the ordinary person you've seen thus far this whole trip is probably Captain Navarre.
Wait, he's the most criminal-looking person I've seen?
No. Most, like, weird looking, like, not original looking person. Not something you're going to see every day. Inconspicuous, I guess you could say. Or conspicuous, either way. Just something you're not normally used to seeing. He's probably the strangest thing you've seen so far.
So yeah, I'm looking for seedy types.
The captain of the guard's the biggest criminal I've seen?
Yikes.
Yep, he's a criminal. Okay, so other than that, yeah, not really. The drunk is really... There's still some people talking. There's a couple people off in the distance playing some type of card
But
game together?
I do want to ask around about Gremlin.
Okay. So you just asking any rando? You want to ask Thomas? You want to ask Margaret?
Well, that's why I was kind of looking for like maybe on the criminal side of things, if there's anybody who looks like they might be seedier, they might be maybe somebody who knows of criminal goings on.
Is your character does your character know Thieves Can't?
Yeah, well, I picked the criminal background, so let me see. Does the criminal background come with Thieves Can, or do you have to specifically be a rogue?
I would say it could. Go check your languages. It should be on the left side of your main sheet, left bottom. Above where it says proficiencies and training in the bottom left corner of your main sheet. Should say languages.
Oh, there we go.
It says common and Sylvan, so you don't. So, I would say, unfortunately, you do not notice if there is hand motion to people in here. You're not going to know what it is. So, and most of them are pretty sneaky with it. They're not just going to be like, today the bird flies, like things like that. They're not going to do that. So,
what good was this criminal background if I can't know Thieves Can't?
You could always find somebody who might be willing to.
My desk, but
you
I just tried to put my desk, but it was bolted down.
Yeah, we did bolt it down. He will forget it's bolted down. So,
I always forget.
Yeah, no, you could definitely learn it. You're just going to have to find somebody who's patient enough to teach you it.
I don't necessarily need to learn it. I'm just trying to find out about Gremlin.
No indication of physically of anybody talking about Grimly. If you want to ask somebody directly, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to ask directly.
So, are you just round robining this, or are you going to specific people?
I guess I'll just find somebody, the seediest looking person I see. I guess I'm not necessarily looking to get into a thieves guild for sure. I just want to ask kind of somebody who might look like they're possibly have a connection to the underworld.
Okay, so asking around, probably the two people playing cards. One of them has an eye patch on, and they're kind of just playing cards. And they're like, "Please, sir, please, we're much too busy. This is for a lot of coin. You do see quite a lot of coin. It's just like really crappy, slimy pieces of silver and copper, just kind of slashed in a little pile, very, very glistening with some type of oil of some sort. They're both pretty scummy looking. And you see in the corner, as you're saying that name, you see in the corner the drunk goes, "I've seen a Gremly!" And he like kind of gets up with his cup. "I've seen a Gremly!"
I'm gonna bring a drink to him.
All right. So as you walk up to him, he goes, "Hello."
"Hello, friend."
"Hi."
"You said you've seen a Gremly?"
"Yep. I've seen a couple Gremlys."
"Couple Gremlys."
"Couple Gremlys. Are you gonna drink that?" He points at your drink.
"Actually, I am gonna drink it."
"Okay. You don't gotta be a dick about it." He's just waiting for you to continue. The guy he is not looking for conversation. He's just hoping,
I can see that.
Hoping to get a free drink. So
yeah, I can see that.
"Hey, ask me about the Gremlys."
Right in his face.
Ask me about the Gremlys.
Tell me about the Gremly.
Okay, so Gremly 1 came in here yesterday, right? And he said, "Hey, Gremly 2, get me a drink." And Gremly 1 said, "Okay." And then they said, Hey, why we do that? We should get that other Gremly a drink too."
Thanks for Gremly.
Is it good?
I drink it all.
Well, that sucks. Is it possible you could get me another one? It's really rude to drink somebody else's drink. "Hey, barkeep!"
Yeah, I don't want to talk to this guy.
Margaret, you just hear in the background, "I don't have time for you." And she just continues to work. Well, that was rude. Well, so Gremly 1 and Gremly 2 came in here yesterday. They were like, "Hey, we should talk to Reyes and get him here too." and get him a drink. And so Grimly, and Reyes all had a drink, and they all lived happily ever after.
Yeah, I'm walking away. This guy is.
So as you walk away, he just disconnects and face plants again. So, all right. Yeah, he was definitely not much help, but now you have to kind of figure out: is there two gremlins?
There's not.
Okay.
There's only one gremlin. That guy's just a moron.
All right, that's a an astute observation.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
that guy was worthless. That was
Okay.
a waste of my time.
Sorry about you. Not every NPC is going to be
Yeah.
helpful. Krevlin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so what are we doing? What does everybody else want to do? Let's see, Nixie, Daenerys, Alinthi, do you guys want to do anything?
I want to sneak away to see if I can find travel for tomorrow because I don't have complete confidence in that being arranged beforehand.
Sure. So there is a kind of a stable area that primarily for cargo that they take to and from the city. They do have some trained horses there. There's a young man that's kind of like brushing one of the horses. It has like he obviously has bad genes because his hair is balding really quickly, but it's like the little bit of hair that's still trying. He's got it like somehow styled. He looks like a 5-foot baby, but he's just kind of like brushing the a little bit of lazy eye going this way, just kind of brushing the horse.
Pardon me, sir. May I trouble you for a question?
Absolutely, milady.
I was seeing if you could help me arrange travel for 5 people.
Well, that's what we do here. Are you needing a wagon or just horses, or what are you needing exactly?
Horses, the faster the better.
The faster, the better. I like your style. Let me go see if I can ask about some horses. Now, is anybody going to be riding together, or you want a single horse? This guy looks like he's been hit by a horse a couple times. So...
let's plan to visit everyone solo, and we'll decide and finalize tomorrow.
Sounds pretty good. He turns around and walks into the thing. He's gone for about a minute or so. You almost to the point where it seems longer than that. So you kind of start thinking like, is this a waste of my time? That guy didn't seem super helpful. And as you're kind of starting to maybe give up inside after it reaches the 1.5-minute mark, you hear, "Hey, you guys!" And like comes running out, and he's like, "I just found out that we can get you," and you're not going to believe this, 3 horses. Which is pretty good, considering most of them are going to be used for the crown right now. But I asked, and I said, hey, my new friend needs 3 horses. And trust me, when I say this, Pale Moon doesn't have any slow horses.
Much appreciated.
You're very welcome.
How much would that be?
Are you looking to rent or purchase?
Tell me the pricing on both, please.
Okay, let me go find out. He turns around and walks back into the building. So at this point, another probably 1.5 minutes passes, and you're kind of like, nah, he's coming back. He might be too stupid not to come back, is what you're probably thinking. And all of a sudden, he's like, got some good news! And he, like, as he walks out, he kind of stumbles over the step and falls. He's like, oh, whoops! That happens sometimes. And he gets up, and there's just this, like, giant chunk of mud just stuck to this side of his head. And he's like, there's a little bit of blood there. He's like, I've got some good news for you.
You tell.
I was able to get you 3 horses, and get this, they're going to give you a group discount.
And that would be?
I think I forgot. No! To rent 6 gold pieces.
Is that per day or just until I return the
That's
horse?
per day. If you want to purchase it, the price goes up. But once you purchase it, it doesn't keep going up because it's yours.
And how much would it be?
I'm sorry? I'm a little...
How much would it
Oh, to purchase?
Mm-hmm.
To purchase the horse, do you want... They're not all really fast. Do you want... They told me not to tell people that. Do you want the purchase all three? Or do you just want the actual fastest horse?
I'll purchase the fastest and then I'll rent the other two.
Sounds good. Sounds good. To purchase, to purchase the main one, you're gonna need salty anchor, 22 gold pieces, I think.
Okay.
And if you want to rent the other two, it'd be 22 to buy one, and then 12 gold per day for the other two. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go ahead and purchase the one so that one's secure.
Okay, that'll
And
be.
then
Oh, I'm sorry.
and then keep the other two on hold. And can you have them ready by sunrise tomorrow?
I can have them ready by sunrise right now.
Perfect. And friend, tell me your name.
My name is Keen. Kene. Keen.
Perfect. Well, you're as keen as ever.
Some people call me
Thank you.
Kane, but it's Keen. They get
Perfect.
confused because there's two E's separated by an N.
It's quite different. Well, Keen,
It's
I bid
unique.
you
My
good
mom said I'm unique.
indeed. I'm gonna bid you good night,
Good
and I'll
night.
be back.
I'll have your horses ready.
Perfect.
Nighty night. You just kind of like walk away, realizing that you're actually quite intelligent. So, in comparison, of course. So, yeah. So mark off your 22 gold. They'll basically keep feeding the horse until you're ready to take it, and then the other two will be ready. It'll be 6 gold per day, and of course, if the horses die, you'll have to pay for the horse outright. So, all right. You return. Anything else you want to do before you?
I guess I'll go talk to Thomas and inquire if there's a bathhouse, since we're gonna be on the road for a minute,
Okay.
That is true. We could use a bath.
and then we can share that information with the group.
So, asking about a bathhouse, there is no per se bathhouse. There are what kind of stations that the fishermen wash themselves off in. They are cleaned pretty regular, but you're not going to get like a 5-star bath out of it. If there is a brothel in Pale Moon, but that's a day travel from here, and they do have baths, even if you don't want the extras. They do have just baths where somebody will basically tend to you with or without clothes, depending on what you pay for. So, and that, you ask around a little bit, that one is called Negotiable Affections.
Okay. Well, I'll return to the group and disclose about the horses and arrangements, I guess.
Sure. All right. Alinthi, anything you're doing before bed?
While Krevlin was off talking, trying to figure out the information on Grimly, I offer up my 2 ales because I don't drink. So if anyone would like these, then have them.
I see Krevlin eyeballing
and-
those.
And then I also asked the group kind
Kristen
of
does drink.
what do you think the deal with Gremley is? Why do you think he wants to find him so bad?
Just
I
asking.
This is while Krevlin is off talking.
Oh,
Anyone have
Maybe
any
he
ideas?
owes him money. Maybe he's an old friend. Maybe he's an old enemy.
Seems kind of interesting.
Maybe somebody from his past. I don't know enough about him yet to know for sure. He seems like a great salesman.
Can't figure out how to add creatures.
He definitely plays the drums very well,
Yes.
That he does.
Yes.
and that's it.
Okay. Rollo, anything
Oh
you want?
well, I also
Go ahead.
let them know because the after Daenerys, is that how you say it?
Mhm.
Lets us know about the horses. I form the group that I can. It's wild shape, right?
Yep, correct.
What's it called?
Wild shape.
That I can wild shape, so I can turn
That
into an
makes two of
animal, so I
us.
don't need to ride a horse.
Yeah, and you're
Unless
you're welcome to share what animal with them if you want. Otherwise, you can surprise them. But do you let everybody know, Mina, that you bought, or I'm sorry, Daenerys, that you bought horses?
I let them know that I bought one and I have two ready for rent.
Okay, so
For whoever needs.
gotcha. So she gave that information to you, Elinthi. So if you want to let her know what you can turn into in return, you can. Otherwise, it's up to you.
I forgot. Hang on.
Go
Gonna
to
find
your,
it.
Go to your extras on the far right. It's kind of center of your character sheet, far right. Action, spells, inventory, features, traits, backgrounds, notes, extras.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to add it in.
Oh, there it is. So I can turn into
Go ahead.
a giant hyena. So
Nice.
While we're going after Knowles, that's
I don't
fitting.
know if I could bite anything,
if you turn
anyone's
into
heads
a
off
hyena-
or anything.
Hold on. If you turn into a hyena and somebody cuts off your ear and you turn back, you then have your ear there? Or can we just I think we might have an unlimited gold spam.
I don't
here.
want to test that
think that's how that
theory.
works.
I like where your head's at, Garrus, but hyena and knoll ears are going to look really different. Knoll ears are going to look more humanoid. So,
Oh, Knowles aren't humanoid hyenas?
not really.
They're not. I thought Knowles were hyena people.
I think they're considered. I think they are considered like canine-ish to a point, not feline, I believe. But as far as those two animals go, but I would say that you can tell the difference between a hyena's ear, an actual hyena's ear, and a knoll's ear.
All right, fine.
I like where your head's
she
at,
said
though.
giant hyena. So, are there any potion shops, magic shops? I'm looking for a little tincture trimmings for the dropsy, something like that.
So you could definitely probably buy a flask or something like that from the barkeep. There's not going to be any potion shops around here. Maybe in the city of Pelmoon there would be, but that's a day away. So it's up to you if you guys want to.
Where are we at? We're not in Pelmoon?
No, you're in Issa.
No, we're in Isai.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. You're right. I knew that.
There we go.
Okay. So no magic shops, no weapon shops.
Now I've got my forms on
Nope.
here.
There are little in the gallows. There's people like selling stuff in little shops, but it's like, like frogs on sticks above little fire that they're cooking up, and rats and things like that. They're very poor. So that kind of stuff. Nothing that looks of interest to somebody of your stature.
Is anybody selling maybe some fake some fake knoll ears? Maybe.
Man, Krevlin really seems to pop the game genie in here. No, does not look like anybody's selling any fake knoll ears. In fact, doing so with what's going on right now would probably be seen as an insult to the crown. So you're not going to see anything like that.
Could I maybe sit down and maybe draw out or figure out a way that we can get another part of a body that looks enough like an ear? Double it up a little bit.
You want to draw something up, you said?
Just maybe try to figure out how I could just any sort of glitch here I could get going on. It's like, okay, we got
Absolutely.
2 ears per knoll, so we got
Sometimes
2 ears. But is there anything else that we could pull off of the knoll to maybe double it up?
Paws. I mean, they have claw, hand, paw type things.
See what I'm saying?
The head.
You gotta be
Remember
thinking.
the head? They said if you got the ears and the head.
I mean, they can't. The ear.
you're cutting out. You're cutting out, Mina.
You can't tell really if it's not head, but it's almost 3 pieces of a knoll that you could do.
Yep.
2 ears and a head.
I mean, unless the person doing it notices like very similarities to the ear belonging to the head, they're probably not going to spend a lot of time doing that. So you could very well squeeze some extra gold out doing that.
Well, if you bring a head and ears, they're gonna see that the
They're gonna
ears
see
are
that the
not
head
on the
missing
head.
2 ears.
Probably.
If you take a hand,
And
or
I
like
just wanted
this.
you. I just wanted you guys to try it. So
Yeah, I'm not looking at.
Somebody else brings in head.
I guess you'll find out.
No.
Maybe. All right. So, anything else you guys want to do before bed? Okay.
I'm
so
good.
as the night continues on and you all start finding sleep, the noise does eventually quiet down in the bottom of the tavern, and then it is now day. You are awoken to the sun.
I'm also a morning person.
There you go. Great. You are.
No.
You are. You are awoken to the lights coming through the port windows of your rooms based on the fact that you're sleeping in an abandoned ship. And you are woken up to the beautiful smell of fresh bread and cooked meats, as well as what smells like some type of coffee.
Ooh.
Ooh, don't mind if I do.
Yeah. I immediately go down and get
Breakfast time.
because
What do you- what's on the
Definitely
menu?
a roll, a hot cup of coffee.
Cloven cockatrice.
So as you do, there is an even younger than Margaret looking dwarven woman that has her
Does she
hair
look
up in
like
buns.
Margaret?
She does look a lot like Margaret.
Oh my! They just get more and more beautiful.
As she greets you all, good morning, travelers, good morning. What can I get you? Breakfast, tea, coffee, the works.
Cloven cockatrice.
I don't know what that is, but I'll ask.
All right. If not, just whatever you got. It's good.
All right, and for you, dearie, she points to the elf. Anything I can help you with, or anything I can get you?
do you have any like porridge?
Porridge. I could make you some porridge. Yes, absolutely. Would you like some?
That would-
Would you like some ground cinnamon and nutmeg
Trying
in
to be
that?
good about this.
But no cloven
yeah.
cockatrice. Cool.
Absolutely. I'll be back. And for you two, dearies, points over to Nixie and Denari.
2 teas and some bread. Tea and rolls, please.
You
And
got it.
honey, bunny.
All right. And for you, my large friend,
What kind of meat do you have?
we have breakfast sausage, breakfast bacon, and breakfast ham.
I'll have all of it.
Okay, the works. Got it. All right. I'll be back with your breakfast and your drinks. If you need anything, my name is January. Thank you. She turns around and walks away. Yep, just like the month. She goes up.
I will
starts
look
working
at,
on your food.
since I've noticed that she looks familiar to the older one, I'll take a look at Krevlin and go, I wouldn't chase that if you want to keep your kneecaps. Dwarven moms are scary.
Not chasing anything.
Awkward silence at the table.
I'm not chasing. Just
I don't have my food yet, so I can just eat my meat.
So a few moments pass, and January returns with the. She goes, "The works for you." Scoots a plate to you. Porridge with a little bit of nutmeg and ground cinnamon. Scoots to you. Breakfast coffees and teas and pitchers. And for you two, some fresh rolls. I made these myself this morning. Baked them myself. Little bit of heaven, I like to call it. So for you,
Oh man.
and then for you,
Talented as you are beautiful.
I didn't find any. Thank you so much. I didn't find any cockatrice. That's like a bird, right?
Cloven cockatrice, just or chicken.
Well, I found you some cloves of garlic. Does that help?
Oh, I love garlic.
All right, here you go. She just hands you a bunch of cloves of garlic. I'll see what I can do about a cockatrice. She kind of just
raw
looks
garlic.
confused. She just gives you raw garlic. She's trying to help, but she has no idea what the hell you're talking
Is it
about.
peeled at least?
Oh no, she's not
Is
gonna
it
peel
not
his,
even?
she's not gonna peel his garlic.
Here, I take like a small piece of meat and just sit it in front of him, and then I just go back to eating.
so he puts like a corner of a sausage in front of you. It's kind of like sliced like vigorously down the side because it's like
like it with food.
yeah. The garlic tastes really potent.
I'll pass you a roll just to be nice.
I'm just sipping my porridge, watching everyone.
Maybe I'll just leave in the middle of the night tomorrow. Like, what the hell is this group?
It's so garlicky. Why?
What?
So as you guys are doing that, January comes back. She's like, "How's him? Why are you crying, dear?" And she comes around to you and,
garlicky.
"Oh, dearie,
I'll take a
come here, bring it in." And she's hugging you, and she goes, "Now, I tell you what, a little somebody told me that we might have some stickers back there. Can I get you a sticker?"
Yeah, I'll take a sticker.
Perfect.
Can I have a sticker?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sticker for me, sticker for her. Yeah, we'll take stickers.
I'll bring you both back a sticker. And she turns around and skips away. You kind of hear some talking in the back. Everybody make perception checks if they can hear what the conversation is in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, nice. Nat 1.
Nope, that's a nat 1.
You're
Yeah, 15.
I love when dice tell the story. You are too busy eating that plate of meat. And,
I'm enjoying my roll. Just
yep.
What
watching
kind of a
him
roll
eat
was this?
garlic, apparently, too.
I
Perception.
got a
What
20.
kind of a perception?
Is that a natural
had-
20?
No.
Okay.
I got a 17 plus 3.
Dirty 20. Okay.
18.
18. So, that's going to be awkward. What'd you get, Mina?
15.
15. So all three of you hear it. You hear, Thomas. Yeah. Sorry to bother you. I know you're trying to rest from last night's fiascos, but I've got 2 children outside that would like some stickers. He's like, stickers coming up. He comes
You're
back.
taller than me.
She's not talking about you guys. She's talking about those 2, Krevlin and Olymphi, because they're both like very awkward at the moment. So.
You did go with a smaller elf, too, though.
I got you stickers. And she hands them both to you.
Thank you. I would like that sticker.
She knows the elf is not a kid. That's just her personality.
I stick it in my pocket.
Okay.
I put it in my pocket.
Yeah, pockets with
silently peel it
your
off
fuzzy pockets,
and
or
stick it.
Shirt pocket.
oh, shirt pocket. Okay, gotcha.
He's not an otter. He's a satyr. Different tur.
I'm gonna play a kangaroo person. I put it in my pocket. All right, so yeah, that's
Otters
fine.
have pockets. They keep their favorite rocks in them.
Sure. I don't think there's an otter class or a kangaroo class yet. We'll have to work on that.
No, but theoretically, you could just take the rabbit one, take away their jumping ability, and replace it with a swimming ability. And it would
Gotcha.
essentially be pretty well set.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice, actually. So, at this point, you guys spend the rest of the morning kind of eating, getting your wits about you, and preparation.
Gearing up.
Yep. Daenerys already told you about the horses. So, what is the? How are you guys wanting to do this? Now, Rollo is going to have his own horse because he's too big. So,
How much is the horse?
I'm very small. I could ride double with someone who's small without slowing him down.
I'm also very small.
If we share one, it'll probably go just as fast as others.
Yeah, go rolling for
Oh,
front or
yes,
back.
that would be fine with me.
I figured I'd probably wild shape.
We're not rolling for front or back. He's in the back so that I can pet the horse while it goes.
so you can wild shape. Keep in
What do you
mind,
mean?
you can only stay wild shaped for up to an hour. So right now, so
maybe I should save my wild shape for when we encounter the gnolls.
probably for the best. You probably won't have time to rest.
So there's
between-
nowhere I can buy any sort of weapon or anything in this whole thing.
That I would say that if you went to one of the bazaars, you could probably find something like a club or like I would say maybe like a short sword. They wouldn't be very good. They'd work like a
Because
normal.
I'm just fully not. I am unarmed. I have nothing. So
Okay.
I guess.
If you want to go find,
gonna-
if you want to look at the little bazaars, you could probably find like a rusty sword, like a short sword.
I mean,
Okay.
I could sell you one of my daggers, I guess.
Oh, I have a dagger.
There you go. Got a weapon. There you go. The pointy end goes into the bad guy.
Versus
You could do a dagger and a rope, and you could have a rope dart.
No. Okay.
So do you want to try to buy something, or you want to take the dagger, or what do you want to do, or you just want to use your? dagger?
I just use daggers, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Are you capable of using a staff?
Yes.
Would you like mine? I'm perfectly hands.
Are you sure
I don't
Krevlin's a
actually
morning
need a
person?
staff.
Well, you're going to have to use a little bit of roleplay here because I'm in a lot of pain in real life and have medicine and I'm all swollen. So I'm not doing a good job as conveying this, but he's actually very charismatic and peppy right now.
Gotcha.
Oh, you were doing great
Now.
already.
Time for a silly little spell for a touch of the worm face nethers.
And what does this do?
It just relieves the pain that's going on right here, right now.
Sure. Perfect.
I had my wisdom tooth pulled out,
That's what I heard.
so
well,
I'm in pain.
in that case, we're gonna
But
have
that's
to.
IRL.
Yeah. Krevlin's gonna have to
Krevlin is
minus one to
actually
his
fine.
wisdom then.
I'm very much in pain.
Minus one to your wisdom. So,
The tooth. No, Nixie will offer her staff. I don't actually use it to fight. It's more of a walking stick,
Okay.
but it's really sturdy.
Let me see. And I'm going to do an expertly, just absolute expert bow staff spins.
let's see how expert it is. Make a performance check.
Performance. Oh my goodness. 23.
It is one of the most like Donatello, the Ninja Turtle, would be jealous. It's one of the most badass bow staff moves you've ever seen. Darth Maul has nothing on this.
Here, I want to switch that and change that to a 1 and then make it into a 7 because I can't be good at bow staff wielding. I'm charismatic, but I'm a bit of a shyster. So I'm just going to override that high roll and we're just going to say I'm a shyster. So like
You biffed it.
talk a big game.
You biffed it. Not only did you hit yourself in the face, you actually hit Nixie in the face too.
Yeah,
Not enough
that's
to do
more
any
like it.
damage, but let's just say that the first roll was you just imagining how good you were with the bow staff, and then what actually
Yeah.
happened is now you and Nixie
I've got a
have
silver tongue.
bloody.
I'm super charismatic,
It's-
but I can't actually pull off
Yeah.
a super badass bow staff spin.
You got a bloody tongue now, so yeah, you and Nixie are pretty hurt, but not enough to take any damage. But it didn't feel pleasant. So
I
Nixie,
did
Back.
my hit points worth of damage negative, which wouldn't take that much.
Okay. So yeah,
So I'm
wisdom.
dead.
Wisdom.
I give a sarcastic impressive.
It's just like playing a game where you like just emote "good job" and they're just like impressive.
GG.
Like you guys just see Rolo walking in place.
GG.
Impressive. All right. Okay. So that's fine. So at this point, yeah, are you guys ready to move on?
Yes.
To head towards the destination. So you travel. We'll say you travel a good chunk of the way. On horseback, it's going to cut it down drastically because like you can just stay on the path. So you're going to turn that day's travel. It's probably going to be closer to like 11 hours. So you saved a significant amount of time. Even stopping to let the horses rest here and there.
Just say, can we take a short rest? On that short
Yeah.
rest, then I'm going to cast Find Familiar.
Sure. Tell us what we see.
I haven't thought about that. Let me see. It would be a fey, more of a fey creature than it would be
Okay.
something you guys immediately recognize, but like just like a furry woodland creature.
Sure.
Not a rabbit, not a chipmunk, but like
A squirrel.
chipmunk,
or-
rabbit. Not a squirrel, like not anything that we would recognize from Earth, but like a fey creature.
Okay.
you
How
know?
about a squirrel body
adjacent-
with a rabbit head?
It's adjacent to all those animals, just a
Okay.
furry woodland creature.
Okay. You see a furry little woodland creature kind of dig out of a hole in the ground and go and start looking around and running circles, and then it runs up to Krevlin, runs up his body,
Hey,
and
little guy. Hey, little guy. Little pet's under. Nixie. Nixie, would you like a pet?
So cute. Look at him.
Yeah, you want to pet my little guy?
as you're like doing that, he kind of
Yeah, she's safe. She's a bit. Look, I want you to learn all of these people here with me. These are our friends. Okay? Friends. Good. No biting. No biting. Are you going to bite them?
Can I pull like one?
No. No bites. No biting. Okay. Very good.
Biscuit.
It kind of goes in, kind of hides into your coat a little bit.
No.
Okay.
She's good.
Anything else anybody wants to do before they short rest? Okay.
So after that short rest, I regain my spell slot back.
Sure. Okay. So if you have,
I'm a
I don't
wall.
think anybody else has used any spell slots, but if you have, you gain them back. Rollo, I think you get your.
I'm the only one who regains.
Yeah, because I
Just 'cause I'm
had a
a warlock.
long rest the night before that,
Okay.
so yeah.
But I
got
think
my-
you do get on short rest. I think paladins get their hit pool point, their pull back on short rest. I believe it'll tell you your lay on hands. Go to your features and traits. It'll tell you if you get your lay on hands back. Not necessarily that you use that, but any short rest thing would trigger from that. I think it's short rest.
Here's some traits. Lay on hands. Lay on hands is long rest.
Okay, long rest.
We gain our druid forms back on short rest.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, everybody's back up to full. If they were missing anything, slots,
Oh.
etc.
I could just cast it with ritual, but
Yeah, take 10 minutes and do that if you wanted to. Okay, so you guys do that. You go ahead and at this point you get towards the village of that you're going to. At this like junction point, even though there's lots of forests around you, you can actually see black smoke rising above the tree line not far from here. And you hear what sounds kind of like a scream of like people yelling back and forth happening. So, what would you guys like to do at this point?
I tell everybody to get behind me, and I pull my shield and my sword out just kind of to be ready. And
Okay.
just I tell everybody to stay behind me that I can heal as if I need to.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
Can I insight?
What would you like to do?
Trying to see if anyone's like lying.
Perception check to kind of see how many or how strong ahead of us.
Yeah. So
What-
just like how far away the smoke is.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to. You don't really need a perception check from that because you guys are. I'd say you guys are probably about a couple hundred feet, probably about 180 to 200 feet away from where the smoke is emanating from. It's hard to see anything from the tree line because it curves at the end, so you'd have to get all the way up there to really see what's going on. But you do. The smoke is definitely thick and like recent. So it's up to you on what you want to do from that point. And the screaming that you heard before has quieted down.
gonna
Krevlin,
send my,
can you send your
familiar.
familiar?
forward to check out and
Sure.
see.
Alright.
Good idea. She had a really good idea, and I'm gonna send my familiar forward to
got it.
scope it out.
All right, so your little squirrel,
You
rabbit,
see my eyes
whatever the hell
go
it's
white.
called, your little whatever it is, runs up to
My woodland creature.
your woodland
My
creature.
and my.
yeah,
It's like a
runs
little
up-
weasel.
Okay, little weasel runs up and is gone for a minute or so and comes back and starts running towards you. Looks eager to share. Now, telepathically, I believe you can communicate with it telepathically. Yes.
I can. I can also see through its eyes.
Okay, so are you doing that part, or are you just waiting for it to report to you?
I'm gonna see through its eyes.
Okay, so as Krevlin sends the
I
familiar
can't see
out.
through my eyes.
Correct.
My eyes go white.
Yes, his
So-
eyes go milky white as he's sitting there, and almost kind of looks like exactly just like that. Check him out, like he's possessed. And when it returns, or when you see it going, and then he just dies.
I logged off.
Yes. Do-do-do-do. So as your woodland being gets there, it sees two pale moon guards face down on the ground with gashes in them. And there's also a townsfolk person off to the side that seems like they're still breathing, but they have a bunch of
no.
rubble on top of them. And the building
Somebody who needs healing.
from the building next to them completely on fire. Big 2 to
Oh,
almost 3
somebody
story
needs
building on
healing.
fire. So you hear Krevlin under his breath, somebody needs healing. So what do you guys
So
do?
I start heading. I say where? Because I can,
That way. There.
and I go in the direction that he says to go. I mean, I'm not running, but I've got a good pace going with
Sure.
my
Right. So
with my sword and shield.
So you get up there with your sword and shield. As you turn the corner to where you can see the town, the building is blazing. The fire is primarily at the top, but it's working its way down towards the other floors. So pieces are falling and catching hay and other things on fire. Mass chaos. The 2 Pale Moon soldiers at first glance are dead. And you do know that as you get closer, all you can hear, by the way, is the blazing of the fire of the building. And as you get up there, there's a person off to the side that has a bunch of rubble on top of them that seems like they're still breathing. But they're very...
I'm going to run up. I'm going to run up and try to get rubble off of them.
Okay. Give me a strength check to move the rubble. And Rolo, what are you going to do?
I'm going to do the
nat 20,
healing.
baby.
No problem. Get that
Strength
rubble
plus
off.
0.
I'm going to do we can spell. I'm going to do cure wounds.
Okay.
Level 1.
Sure.
First nat 20 of the game.
Nice!
Save somebody.
Oh, and I need
Nice!
to roll 2
Hey!
d8.
Hey! Nice. All right.
Hey,
Nice. All right. So...
8.
Okay, they heal for 8. So a lot of their wounds seal up. They're still very tired, but they're not bleeding out essentially at this point. Oh, thank you. You are a blessing to come. Please, my children, they're still in that house. Please. The gnolls, they came out of nowhere. We couldn't stop them. That's what you hear currently.
Okay. I ask him where are the gnolls.
I'm pretty sure that most of them have left at this point. They did take some people with them. They killed the guards. There must have been 10 of them at least, but most of them seem to have scattered.
Which direction?
They headed west, and he kind of points off to the tree line outside of their village. There is like a really nice pond right here that you can see once you get around the clearing.
Below the sun.
So, do we just want to go after the gnolls quickly, and then, or are we going to stay here and?
Well, he told you that his kids are in the burning building, so he probably wants some assistance with that.
Can I cast absorb elements and like take?
You can.
Make the fire
I
go
will
away?
certainly let you use absorb elements to try and start controlling the fire. It's not going to be immediate,
Okay.
but you can certainly mark off a spell slot unless it's a cantrip. I think it's a level 1 spell, so you can start doing that. You can also give somebody fire protection, which will make them half fire damage. If however you guys want to do it, but they just said that there's 2 children inside, and the house is quickly burning.
I'll go after the kid.
Okay.
Hang on, Rolo.
I
have an idea to help you.
I can cast resistance onto you, Rolo, to help with the fire.
Nice.
Okay.
And then I can do absorb elements to try and calm it out of his path, so he can go through relatively easily.
Okay, so you guys see Alinthi kind of focus for a second, and then as she does, her hands start to ignite on fire, and she moves it towards the fire of the entrance that's starting to get covered, and she just kind of like parts it like the Red Sea, just, and it makes a tunnel of fire that just shoots in little pieces of rubble falling down from it. She makes it Rolo size, but you are gonna have to lean over a little bit. And then as you do, the fire is intense, but as soon as you see Daenerys like focus, it starts to go from a awful burn to like a tolerable. As long as you don't get too close, you'll be fine.
Before he goes, I'm gonna put my hand on him and cast guidance.
Okay, you have a D4 to any ability checks you need to do until he loses concentration. So you run in as a team.
Hey, you can do it, Rolo.
As a team, you run in, and you are running towards the entrance of the area. There's fire everywhere. The staircase that goes up, it's still intact, but it is on fire. And you kind of hear like a, "Please help us," and you hear Help! Sounds like it's coming from upstairs.
Can I make an athletics check to try and get up there?
Yeah, go for it.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure I'm good on athletics. But
Yeah, if you want to leap past most of the fire to avoid it, definitely make an athletics check.
Uh-huh. Well, and I also want to try and get upstairs.
Yeah, go for it.
Like jump upstairs.
Yeah, sure.
To get up there. Okay, so I have a +5 to athletics. I'm going to take the D4 just to be safe.
Sure.
Thank you, Garrus.
That's what it's there for.
And 21.
21. Yeah, like without missing a beat, you run in, you assess the situation, you hear help us, and you go, that sounds like the kids, and you just without thinking twice, you just leap. Like it's like watching a giant just like jump like an entire pond. You're just like, huh! You land so hard that your foot cracks into the wood a little bit, but it still looks cool. And you kind of
That's
pull
what's
your
important.
yeah, you pull your foot out of it. And you're like, that's pretty badass. And then you like start to, you're like, oh yeah, the kids, and you hear help us, help us. So there's the door right there, and the kids, you kind of hear, and the front of the door is currently on fire. Not
Okay.
like engulfed, but it is on fire.
Okay, I grab both kids.
Well, you haven't seen the kids yet. They're through the door.
Okay, I open the door to go in where the kids are.
Okay, so as you go to open the door, first of all, the handle is hot, but as you open the door, this draft of fire shoots you right in the face. I need a dexterity saving throw to see how much of this you avoid.
All right, one second.
One of the kids goes, careful, as this happens.
One second. Let
Did
me.
we decide that we're waiting
After,
outside,
of
or are we
course.
going in as well?
Do you want to go in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, and I'm going to run in as well.
All right. You guys see Krevlin.
Okay,
kinda
I'm
like-
gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Stone's Endurance.
Okay.
Do I need to? I'll do the saving throw first.
Yep.
Because I'll still probably take half damage even from.
Well, you're gonna take half damage because you have fire resistance. You might
Oh,
quarter.
so I just.
Mm-hmm.
11 plus. What am I doing it by?
It's your saving throw, so top left of your main sheet.
Is it dexterity?
Yeah.
13.
Yeah. So 13 is enough to save. So you brush off to the side. You still get hit with it.
But I don't do Stone's Endurance. It's on the damage too. It'd be worth.
Yeah,
Stone's
no.
Endurance.
And honestly, it you only end up taking 2 points of damage.
Okay.
So you're good. So you kind of flip back to the heat. You're like, kids, where are you? You run in. There is a little boy and a little girl that are just kind of in a corner under a table, like crying and like reaching out through the smoke to try to get help. Now you guys see Krevlin slap his hands together, kind of do this, and a rune forms, and then you see the rune like float up and hit his shoulder, and this like almost like glass goes around him, and then like fuses into his skin, and he goes running into the building.
Nice.
Very.
So I grab the kids and then I run towards where I just jumped up out the door and then just jump down. Do I need another acrobatics check?
I would say you have a kid in each hand, and you're jumping off of the second floor. I need an
Oh,
acrobatics
my.
check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Can I assist? Be like, this way, like, steady it. I can't catch him. He's way too big. I don't.
You have
Ma-
guidance, though.
Yeah, Mage
Since you
Armor's,
have guidance
Mage-
going right now.
Mage Armor's not
I used it
concentration,
already.
right?
Oh, true, you did.
Guidance isn't.
Okay.
Oh, Mage Armor?
Guidance definitely is. I don't think Mage Armor is, though. Just make sure, because you can only concentrate on one spell at a time.
We already used
I already
guidance.
used guidance. I already used guidance.
Yeah, so I mean, so you're
That's
good.
true.
I was just curious if it is. I don't think it is.
No, I mean, I don't know about normally. This is my Eldritch Invocation, so this is a little different.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Mage
So-
Armor is my Eldritch Invocation.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, well, I rolled a natural 20, so.
Woo! So you guys see the
Nice,
side.
second natural
Good
20.
roll tonight.
You guys see the wall just bust out with like fire and wood just flying everywhere, and a table comes flying out, and then you guys are like, what the hell was that? And you just see this tower of a man jump up into the air with two kids. Somehow he still 3-point lands. Like one of the kids
I'm gonna blow the wall out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow the wall out with an Eldritch Blast.
There you go. And
Just
as
so that
he-
he just blow the wall out so he can get out easier.
There you go. Easy enough. And as he hits the ground, like 3-point lands, one of the kids' faces is like right here to the ground. He's like, oh my God. And like the other boy was like, that was cool.
He's
like,
the one that didn't almost touch the floor.
correct. And the person's kind of up. Oh, my kids! Thank you so much.
And
Now,
now
as-
do we want to run after the other things?
So yeah, so as Quevlin, as you walk up to the side to look down to see, and you're like, oh, good, they're safe. You hear what sounds like a snarl coming from behind you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And as you turn around, there is what looks like it almost looks like an old woman at first, and they have a little staff, and they're kind of walking towards you. And as they do, they kind of look up, and pulls the hood off of its head, and it's just this gnarled jaw of this gnoll-like creature that just starts growling at you, and it moves its hand back. Part of the fire flies into its hand, and it throws it at you. It's going to attempt to hit you with a firebolt.
No.
That is a natural 18, plus 4 is a 22.
That hits
Yeah.
just about everybody.
That hits.
Yeah, you take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And at this point, guys, once that happens,
Do I see him take that damage?
No, you'd be on the bottom at this point, so you can't see that.
Okay.
But I will tell you this: you guys do notice that that knoll that looks like it's clothed is sitting there. There's also 3 more gnolls that come running up the sides from outside and start crawling up the side of the house and kind of scattering and jumping down to the ground. 3 more are growling at you, and then you see off in the distance, more rubble gets pushed out of the way, and you see a gnoll that's probably twice the size of the rest of the gnolls with a giant hammer start snarling and running towards you guys. And we're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Nice.
First fight of the campaign.
Woohoo. Ugh. Come on.
But I'm apparently good
Do
at
me
it.
good, Chris.
Remember how to do this, Valenthi?
You just click initiative.
Yep, you got it. All right.
I got
so-
11.
Okay, 11 for Valenthi. Rolo, what'd you get? What'd you get, Rolo?
Oh, 20.
20.
No, I never roll good on initiative. I was the last one to fight.
Yep. Nixie, what'd you get?
17.
17. Okay, Daenerys?
21.
Woo! Somebody's closer! All right, and Krevlin, what'd you get?
10.
10. All right. Okay, up first is Daenerys. Daenerys, off to your left, about 60 feet, you see a giant, not a giant, but you see a much bigger gnoll coming towards you guys. You don't see the one in the building attacking Krevlin because it's too far to see, but you do see 3 other gnolls. One of them has a slingshot, and the other 2 have spears. What would you like to do?
I am going to do my cantrip.
Yeah, which one?
Oh no, it's a deck save.
Which one are you attacking?
The big one.
The big one. As you see the big one coming towards you, it is going to make a dexterity saving throw. It might be better if I roll not a d12.
I mean,
That's a-
better for you, not us.
That's a natural 20, unfortunately.
Oh, he's gonna dodge, and cantrips don't do damage on him.
So, what were you doing? It was a dex. What kind of save was it? Con?
It was dex.
Oh, dex. Okay, so.
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, that's what I thought. Alright, so, yeah, unfortunately, it goes high. He's just. And just starts coming towards you, walking with kind of a limp. Anything else you want to do? Bonus action movement?
Is there anywhere for me to kind of duck behind?
Yeah, there's plenty of rubble. If you want to run up, like, I'd say 20 foot of movement to get behind something. As a bonus action, I would allow you to try and blend in. Can't really get a hide check out of it because you're not a rogue on a bonus action.
I am a rogue.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'll just shut
It's
up
a
then.
rogue cleric combo.
All right, good. So yeah, absolutely, you can hide as a bonus action.
Would that be a stealth check
Yep.
for hiding?
Go ahead and roll a stealth to see how well you hide.
20. Dirty 20.
Nice. All right, so
What?
yeah,
Do you know thieves can't?
you guys, you guys think
Oh.
that,
Yeah, you
What?
would, because you're rogue first, cleric second.
she does have thieves' cant. So
Oh, you.
So I didn't even know she was a rogue, and I'm the DM. So
He didn't know you were going to try looking for anyone with thieves' cant, so I mean, it's not like she could have helped you.
at this point, yeah, Garrus seems pretty upset
In
about
what
that
languages
thieves'
you
cant
would be able to
situation.
find like underworld.
You are
contact
pretty
with.
well hidden. Everybody probably thinks you left. All right.
First battle and they fled.
Yeah, so much for that person. Rolo, you're up. And
Okay.
Nixie, you're on deck.
So the big baddie
Yep.
that looks like he's the boss of everybody.
Okay.
Can I get to him directly? Am I close enough to run after him and attack him on one turn?
Now that you're on the ground, he's 60 feet away at this point. When with him running, he'd probably be 40. So you can get up to however much movement you have. So if you have 30, you can get 10 feet from him.
Okay. What's the nearest one to me?
The nearest one to you would be 30 feet exactly. It's going to be the one with a slingshot trying to aim at everybody.
All right, I'm gonna go get to that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my sword and I'm gonna divine smite
Alright.
if I do hit.
Yep, go for it. Roll to hit.
What's that? Plus to hit.
It's one of their previous.
Actions. Okay, plus 3. Okay. 17.
17 hits.
Uh-huh.
Roll damage
And then, so
add your smite.
now it says on mine that I do give on divine smite extra damage if they're if they
If they're undead or a fiend, which they're neither.
neither. Okay, I just want to make
Yep.
sure I wasn't sure. Okay, so 3d8 plus 3.
Yep.
So you can use it one time, and then you can also roll this.
19.
Okay, so you guys see this Goliath pull his sword out and run towards the one with the slingshot. He's like, ah! Like looking who it's gonna throw at. It doesn't notice this somehow this big ass Goliath coming towards it. He runs up there with his one swipe and just lobs its arm off, and then follows through back the other direction and cuts its head off, and it dies in one swoop.
Nice.
Serious damage.
And as its head flies off, you just hear
Good job.
and it off into the the head falls off in the distance somewhere. You can go look for it later. So its body literally just ragdolls to the ground, and the other gnolls are like, "Holy shit! Did you see that?" Anything else?
No, because that was my movement, attack, and
All
bonus
right,
attack.
you got it.
So, yeah.
So Nixie, you're up.
All right. There were 3 that jumped down. Are they in like a 20-foot cube area?
The 3 that jumped down are now 2.
Are there 2 in a 20-foot cube?
Yeah, one of them lost his head. So the other 2 are, I'd say they're 20 feet together within a cube.
All right. I need a dex save from them.
They have pack tactics, so they're going to be close to each other. What kind of save?
Dexterity.
Dexterity saving throw coming up. For the first one, that is a 16. And for the second one, that is a natural 2 plus 2, so 4.
Well, one of them's outlined in green fire.
Okay,
The other one dodges it enough to not get out one.
so how much
But
is
one of them is outlined in fairy fire.
Fairy fire, okay. So they can't hide, they're revealed, and you have advantage against them, I think.
Yes, as
Okay.
long as I'm still concentrating on it.
All right, you got it. So one of them is outlined and has advantage against it. The other one kind of avoids it. Doesn't seem to be taking hold of it. Anything else?
Not this turn.
All right. The Pack Lord moves up his 30-foot movement, and then he is going to use his Pack Charge to go another 30 feet. That is his bonus action. He is going to run up to the person who tried to hit him last, which was Daenerys, and he's going to take his hammer and try to swing it at you, Daenerys.
1 second. Okay, do your thing first.
Okay. His first attack is a natural 2, so he misses. His second attack is a natural 7, plus 5. Does a 12 hit you? Okay, so you're like waiting for it, and he goes to swing it down, and you spin gracefully, and he goes to roll it back, and you jump up on top of it and like do a flip off of it as he like brings it back. And he's like, he's like, hold still. That's his turn. At this point, the Knoll Wizard, you're still upstairs at this point, Krevlin. So the Knoll Wizard's gonna get another piece of flame ready and try to throw it at you. That's a natural 20 again. I'm rolling really high. I don't like that I'm rolling high on game 1. That's a 2 on the D6, doubled is 4. He does not have any plus, so he did.
I'm gonna do Ryan as a reaction. I can do it once. One reaction per long rest. I'm gonna do rebuke the violent. So he has to take a wisdom saving throw. Who just did the attack?
Okay.
And
it's a natural 5, and he has no wisdom.
Okay, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt.
Which one are you doing this to? The big one or because the big
one? The one that
didn't-
just attacked.
The big one didn't do any. The big one missed, so he didn't do any.
Yeah, the one that hit. The one that did the natural point.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so he'll take 4 points of
radiant damage.
Radiant damage. So he does that to you, Krevlin, yeah, you take 4 points of damage as it hits you, and then he gets a blast of radiant on his shoulder where he hit you, and he's like, ah! He's confused by it. What do you want to do?
Oh, it's my turn now? Okay, so...
No, I'm sorry. It's not.
I'm going...
Shut up. I just meant what you wanted to do in reference to it, so... like
I will watch
3.
him get hit.
Okay.
And wish that he hadn't hit me for 4 points.
That's perfect. I like it. So, no, it is the other 2 gnolls that are not dead's turn. The first one is going to attack Nixie. That's a natural 3. The second one is going to attack at Rollo. That's a natural 18 plus 4. That's I'm sure 22 is going to hit you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 18 right now. I'm 18.
Yeah, you take 5 points of piercing damage from the spear. That's it for them. Alenthi, you're up, and Krevlin, you're on deck. It's a caboose. It's a difficult job, but somebody's got to do it. All right, Alenthi, what are you doing?
Can I wild shape now into
Absolutely.
my giant hyena?
As a bonus action.
And it's a
your
bonus
circle
action.
Of the moon. So go ahead. So what? Describe to them what happens. What do you do?
I start standing and I have like a staff, right, and it like kind of glows a little bit, and then it just kind of takes me down onto all 4s, and then it kind of just erupts out of me. Out of my back.
So you guys see like a furry shoulder shoot out of the skin as the skin just kind of almost evaporates in the same motion. The second shoulder comes out, the like snarl, and the hyena begins howling. And you are in hyena form. So switch your hyena stats by clicking on it. And
okay.
Remember, you retain your mental stats though. So if you have an intelligence, charisma, or wisdom, those are your stats, not its.
Yep. You can also understand common, although you cannot speak common. At least not yet. But yes, you that is correct. You get all of your intelligence stat, wisdom stat, charisma, and then you use the strength and the dexterity and con of the creature. So what do you want to do? There's 2 gnolls on the ground, and the Gnoll Pack Lord is a little bit further, but not too further. Not too much further.
With me.
Yep. No, that's the wizard.
Are
You're with the wizard upstairs.
any of them close enough for me to just attack them?
Yeah. Anything but the wizard, because you have to go upstairs to get to the wizard. You want to attack a regular gnoll or the Gnoll Pack Lord?
Is the Gnoll Pack Lord close enough for me to hit?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll attack him.
Run up to him. Okay, go ahead and do your attack. Whatever it says on your attack action for that creature. Let me check. If you need help. It is... Yeah, bite attack, a +5 to hit.
Okay.
So roll a d20 and add 5.
Oh. It's an 8.
Okay, so 13 for the big one, unfortunately, is not going to hit.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. It was a 3, and then I added it.
Oh,
I added it up already.
Then
to
definitely not
keep,
going to
like-
hit. So unfortunately, you go to bite at it, and it kind of moves out of the way, and you snap at the air, like quickly forming and running and doing this. Just a swift motion, you unfortunately miss. But you're kind of
Alright, guys.
rolling back and getting ready for another attack. You only get one with this creature, even though it bites pretty hard. So at this point, is there anything else you want to try to do? Your bonus action, your action, so all you really have is maybe 10 feet of movement left.
And I have my bonus action or anything I have to do as a hyena? If I'm staying as a hyena?
Yes, but you already used your bonus action to turn into a hyena this turn. So next turn you'll get your bonus action and your action.
Okay, so I don't really know what my options are.
I'll let you know what you can do when we get back to your turn. For now, your turn's
Okay.
pretty much over.
Okay.
All right, so Krevlin, you're up.
Okay, so he doesn't physically change or transform in any way, but just before when I said that he just radiates friendliness and kindness, it's really just without a physical change, it's the exact opposite. He's
Okay.
very menacing,
Okay.
very, very intimidating and menacing, and a bit of a very faint purple haze around him.
Got it.
And he's going to cast a spell,
Okay.
a Plasmal Force, on this wizard in front of him. He needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
That is a nat 1.
All right.
Is that high enough?
So, yeah, I think that's high enough. Like standing over me, almost like a wispy tentacle form of like just very mist-like phantasm. The most terrifying thing that Noel's ever seen in his entire life
Yeah, so the Knoll's like
is going to appear over and around me. Yeah,
looking up at it. Ah!
and that is going to be. Oh, that's D6s. That's D8s. Hold on a second.
Holding.
Hold on a second. I have to get D6s. I thought that was D6s. It's
So you guys
actually
see
D8s.
Krevlin go from like cool, calm, cool, collected to batshit crazy.
Oh, yeah. 8 plus 6. 14 psychic damage.
14.
Grant's in just the right type of shadows to look kind of like
14
Batman-esque.
So, explain to the group what happens when you kill this wizard Knoll.
Yeah, so he just gets so scared and like blood comes out of his eyes, out of his ears. I whisper something they can't hear.
Okay.
And like those same tentacled like wispy, they're not physical, but like they reach up out of the ground below him, wrap around him, grab him, and pull down.
Okay, so you just hear the Knoll hears in
And
his.
so he collapses. His soul was ripped down through the ground violently, but his body wasn't actually touched by those because it's psychic damage.
Gotcha.
He passes away.
So you guys see the tentacles
no
wrap
longer
around this
with us.
Knoll, pull it down into the ground. The Knoll gets stopped by the force of its neck snapping to the side as its head hits the ground, and it's just lifeless on the ground. As the last thing it heard was "Sweet Nothings" from Garrus's whisper. Or I'm sorry, Krevlin's whisper. And
Nice.
That's not what I actually said.
oh,
but,
I know.
mean, they did-
I'm just. It's a
you know what
kid-friendly
I said,
show.
but they don't know.
So,
Oh no, is this kid friendly? Have I been cussing? I'm sorry.
no, I'm just joking. So, it's actually set to mature audiences. So,
I was gonna say I don't think we can do kid friendly. Not
yeah.
this.
Come on, kids. All right. So anyway, toddlers love D&D, especially when we say things like "bitch." All right. So, it's a
We
female
don't say
dog,
that.
guys. Calm down. All
We can
right.
say
so,
asshole, but we can't say
Or
bitch.
maybe a female Knoll.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. So the wizard bitch dies as you slam its head into the
So
ground.
then I guess I can have my movement. I'm going to take my full movement to try to move down towards towards the others. And again, I don't know if those other gnolls saw it, but be intimidating.
You want to jump or safely make your way down, climbing? Jump will take you 5 foot of movement. Climbing will take you'll only be able to move a half speed climbing because you don't have a.
Oh, then I want to jump.
All right, make an athletics check to see if you biff it.
Athletics check.
Daenerys, you're on deck.
Yeah, I biffed it.
What'd you get?
1.
Oh God! So you guys see this Noel just eat the ground, and then he's like, and then he goes, huh, and he jumps, and for some reason he like forgets how to jump, so like he just like.
It's almost like I dove like it was water.
Yeah, like dove like somebody like a freaking like you know, like a, what do they call it? A safety check type thing, a trust fall. You just jump. Like he's like, what am I doing? And then you face plant into the ground, taking.
I'd say it's almost like I'm not in my right mind.
Yeah, you're not in your right mind for sure, and you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground, face down.
My hyena form sees this, and I just
But I get back up.
Like, ooh.
Ugh.
You guys all see him just face plant into the ground, and you're all like collectively at the same time. Oh! All right. So, are you doing anything else after that?
I mean, you said it was 5 foot of movement. I'm going to move towards these other knolls.
You're gonna have to use
Like,
you're gonna have to use half your
Half of it,
movement
you
to
gotta
stand.
get up.
So,
Oh, damn.
so I'd say you
So
probably have
it's
5 or
5 foot of
10 movement
movement.
left.
See, my movement is 35, so
Okay.
30, 15 for the
So you
movement.
have 15 left. All right. Yeah, you can get to a null with that.
I'll stay back my 15 feet then
Alright,
and just
you got
wait my turn.
All right, Daenerys, you're up. There's 2
What?
nulls in the pack lord left.
How close?
Talk kind of to the center.
Oh, how close is
That's
the
what-
closest one to me?
I'd say there's probably one at this point. The pack lord's going to be right in front of you because it swung at you previously. So the pack lord and then the other knoll is probably about 10, 20 feet from you.
Isn't Rolo next to the pack lord too?
Yes.
Okay,
you-
so
you'll
then
get
you would
advan-
get your sneak attack.
Yeah, you'll get your sneak attack for sure.
Okay, so I can do sneak attack.
You'll need to attack first. If you hit, you can add your sneak attack damage to it.
Correct.
So
You don't get advantage because of somebody there, but you just get sneak attack because somebody's there.
I can do.
It has to be a melee attack. You can't use it with a spell.
Okay. So I have a. What do I have?
Well, actually, I take that back. You're flanking, so you do get advantage.
Mm,
So you get
Oh,
it regardless.
Actions.
oh,
It looks like you've got your short sword or your whip, depending on. Well, no, you're proficient in whip. You don't have it. So your short sword's the one you'd be holding.
okay.
You wouldn't want to use a hand.
So I will attack with short sword.
All right, roll to hit.
I got a 6.
Plus,
That's the total. Oh wait, advantage.
yeah, you have
So
advantage.
try again.
Take the higher.
First one was a 6. Oh, that was your damage. Sorry, hang on. Hit the wrong one.
You're good.
Or a 9.
9 total.
Yeah, 6
Yeah.
or a 9.
Unfortunately, that misses. So you go to attack with whatever, and then Noel just knocks it out of the way with the hammer. Anything else you want to try? I mean, you were hiding previously, but we'll say you came out of hiding to do that. So, but anything else you want to do up to that? You may not have a whole lot of actions left, but
I mean, technically, you could disengage if you want to scoot back.
Yeah.
okay. Bonus action to disengage as a rogue, and you get out without attack of opportunity. All right, Rolo, you're up. Nixie, you're on deck.
Okay. Is there 2 people next to each other on the like the big baddie? Is there one?
The big baddie's by himself. The other 2 gnolls are like 5 feet apart at this point.
Okay. How close am I to the other knoll?
We'll say 20 feet.
Okay.
If you want to move to the other knoll and you get out of combat, the knoll
But
pack
it's
lord
gonna
will
be
get an attack of
Fracture
opportunity,
rolls of three.
unless you want to hit him.
Okay. I'm gonna then. I'm just gonna attack the pack lord guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
You would.
Roll to hit.
Uh, 20. Not natural. 17.
Yeah.
Plus 3.
Dirty 20 hits.
And then I'm gonna do smite with it.
Okay.
I've only got 1 spell slot left. That one.
That's pretty common at this level.
Yeah. But it was worth it. Okay. So
That's pretty common in paladins of level 3.
Faster, but very powerful.
Good gosh.
I also only
Okay.
have 1 spell slot left.
Nice. Yeah,
That's
gonna
a
be
miracle considering you're
yeah,
a warlock.
That's gonna be a very common problem for
I
a
rolled
warlock.
3d8 and got a 1 on each one.
That sucks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
three,
so 3 damage plus anything else.
plus the modifier
I'll be right back.
is
Okay.
3. So 6 damage.
Okay, so 6 damage is still damage. So you so as you stab the sword into its side, the pack lord goes, ah! And then it like grabs your blade and pulls it closer into it as it like snarls at you. And you're both just like head to head, like, ah! And it like trying to give you some fucking shade, and you ignite the blade with your smite, and it pulls the blade back out. Anything else you want to do?
No, because I used my bonus action already.
All right, you got it.
I'm good.
Okay, Nixie, what do you got?
All right, there's one right in front of me.
Yep.
So, let's pop off with some primal savagery. I'm gonna look up at it, and well, they're not armed, so
You have
they're
advantage
not
on
armored.
this. You have advantage on this one too because of fairy fire.
Nice. So I'm going to use primal savagery. My teeth are going to grow
Okay.
and get sharp, and the arm that it tried to swing at me with, as it's trying to pull it back, I'm just gonna latch on.
You got it.
Roll with advantage. An 11?
11 just hits.
Nice. That's gonna be 1d acid damage, so as I bite, he takes 7 acid damage from the
Does not
bite.
like that. Does not like that.
And as he gets away, I'm gonna as he pulls away.
Yep. Yeah, the teeth just gush through the acidically filled arm that just kind of goes through it like a mushy mess of its arm as it's like grabbing it like in pain. All right, the Null Pack Lord is going to look down at well, actually it's Daenerys disengaged, so it's gonna let her. It's gonna ignore her, and it's gonna look back over at Rollo that it's face to face with, and it's gonna try to take 2 hands down versatilely on its hammer to your head. That's a natural 2. How does an 8 do? Does an 8 hit?
No, it does not.
So it goes to wind up. It gives you so much time to figure out what it's doing, and you're just kind of calmly step out of the way, and he misses. Kind of still holding his wound from where blood's coming out that you stabbed him, and he's gonna swing back around and try to hit you again. That's only a 14, so that's gonna miss too. So he slams down, misses, swings it back around, and you bring the shield up, and it just and you
Nice.
and the Pack Lord is not having a good time. The other Knoll is going to look over at Krevlin, who just kind of got up from his embarrassing fall, and it's going to take out its slingshot and try to shoot at you. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay, you
Nice.
dodge out of the way as it flies by. The second Knoll is going to look over at the hyena,
Don't stop my magical armor.
and it's going to start charging towards you with its spear. Nixie, you get an attack of opportunity if you'd like to use your reaction.
Definitely.
All right, go for it. So, Alex, anytime a creature moves out of your combat range, you can use your reaction to take an attack, just a single bite, or in this case, a bite, or you can choose to hold on to it. Everybody gets one reaction that they get back when it's their turn. So she's taking her reaction to.
It would have been a punch, but
Yeah.
I missed.
Okay, so unfortunately it runs and she goes to punch it. She just looks up. It's like, Alinthi, coming your way! Ah! It's coming towards you with a spear. It's going to roll to hit. That is a 17 to hit. What's your armor class? As the hyena.
12.
Okay,
Oh, as a hyena, wait.
it's probably similar or less. We'll check.
Yeah, 12.
12. Okay, so it makes contact with you, and it's going to hit you for 5 points of piercing damage. So you're down to 40 hit points on the hyena. Don't do that on your normal health. Keep it separate, because a hyena has its own health bar. So it does not affect your normal health. So yeah, you get stabbed in the kind of the back leg, and you're like, like kind of howl from it, and it pulls it back out. You're probably, I mean, it hurt, but you're probably more worried about tetanus at this point. So
Up to date on my vaccines.
good. Tetanus. So at this point, where did my initiative tracker go? There it is. Okay. Too many
And it's
windows.
crackling fire of the house.
Yeah, still the house is still burning, guys. So I'm giving you, you're getting the whole combo. You're getting the 2-piece and the biscuit. So
I mean, we've really only been in here for, what, 12 seconds?
Yeah.
Not even 12 seconds.
every round
Great.
of combat is 6 seconds. This building's going to take a lot longer than that to burn. So, Alemthi, you are up. You have one right in front of you. What do you want to do?
I guess I should try and bite him again.
You absolutely bite him again.
And then I roll a d20, right?
Yep, add 5.
Or which one?
Roll a d20 and add 5.
Okay.
Any attack is almost always going to be a d20.
So it's 16 plus 5.
That hits.
Ooh.
So now you're going to roll damage. So 2d6, I think, plus something. For Hyena, 2d6 plus 3 piercing. So roll 2 6-sided die and add 3.
Do bite hard.
Yeah.
It's not letting me roll 2 at a time.
You have to click it, click it.
I'm on my iPad. It's not. I can't click it.
What do you have your regular dice?
Hold it.
Yeah,
I am
you-
holding.
if you-
I do
You
have
have
my
to double
regular.
tap the icon.
Just roll your regular dice.
Yep, that's what I'm.
We're all friends.
Too many options.
Ooh,
As long as you're not getting 10 nat 20s every game. we're
okay.
good.
Yeah, I got it to work on the thing.
Okay.
So 2d6 and what?
Add 3.
Okay.
So for to understand,
11.
good, to understand why you're getting add 3, it's a bite attack which uses strength and it has a +3 strength. So the damage from the modifier comes from its strength. So that's why it's
Okay.
additionally 3. So how much did you get?
I got 11.
11 total or 11 plus 3?
11 total.
Okay. So yeah, you go to bite this knoll and you just rip into it. How do you want to kill this knoll? How do you
Where did
wanna
I
do this?
bind it?
Roll down.
Wherever the hell you want to bite it.
We're the one that did it.
You want to bite it on
This is your kill
Maybe
shot.
I just kind of bite like his shoulder,
Sure.
like neck area, and then just rip it out.
Okay, so she just bites into its neck and pulls its entire spinal column out with the head and spits it out, turns around and kicks the back feet, and the body just goes flying into the fire. The other knoll, the other knoll goes and it like gets ready to come at you. So that one is dead. All right. Anything else you'd like to do besides that badass thing you just did?
You can move.
Yeah, you can move if you want. You can move towards the other one if you want. Or
Is
pack
there,
lord.
there's the pack lord and then the other one?
Yeah, there's an untouched one and a pack lord.
How close am I to the untouched one? How far can I move?
20 feet.
So how close can I get to him?
Your hyena has a movement of 50 feet, so very
Oh yeah, I
easily-
can get pretty close.
Yeah, you're pretty damn fast.
That should be the
Okay.
one I did.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, I erased the wrong one. Okay, so yeah, we're good. It's hurt. So yeah, you walk up to the bleed. Like you didn't notice at first; it looked fine, but you got closer and it's a big old mess. So if you want to get up to that one, what do you want to do?
Oh, so I get to move up to it and do something?
Well, you have a bonus action, so you can't really hit with the bonus action. So you just want to move up to it and get ready.
Yeah.
Okay, you get ready for another attack. It saw what you did to its friend and it's not happy about it. Krevlin, time to redeem yourself. What do you got?
Eldridge Blast.
Ooh, man. I heard those can sometimes come in pairs. All right, go for it. It will come in pairs at level 5.
It doesn't say not yet.
5, 7, 11, and 17, I think. No, 5, 11, 5, 11, 17, I think. I can't remember. For sure 5.
That's definitely an improvement.
What did you get?
18 plus 6.
That hits.
8 damage.
You're like, no, that was damage. Like, what kind of Eldritch Blast is this? It's Eldritch Cannon? All right. Yeah, how do you want to do this, Dad?
Oh, yeah. It just head straight off.
Yeah, the head just pops straight off, hits a wagon, and just rolls off to the side. Both ears still intact. Still intact.
And then again, these spectral tentacles are going to come up, wrap around him from the ground, grab his soul.
Yep.
Take that.
And it just turns to mush in the ground. It turns to spaghetti as the tentacles pull it down and smash it into the ground. All right, Daenerys, top of the round. The Knoll Pack Lord is the only one remaining, so his pack tactics have fallen off. What would you like to do to Mr. Slightly Hurt but still kicking?
Oh, my movement.
Is
he? Do I need to move to get into range of this Pack Lord?
Yeah, I'd say from where you fell down at, probably almost your full movement, 30 feet.
35.
30 feet to get to him.
Oh, then yeah, I don't want to be like in his attack range, but I'm going to move into a better position so I'm not inside a burning building that's about to collapse on us.
You got it.
And just have a really nice angle of attack on this Pack Lord if he gets back around to me.
So I will let you guys know also, just real fast, in the future we may be looking at digital maps to make this easier, because D&D Beyond did just introduce digital maps. So we might try.
Fine with either way.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay. You're now in range of him. Are you good there?
Yeah, that's it. My whole turn.
Daenerys, you are up. What do you want to do?
So do I need to re-engage with him since I disengaged or no?
Well,
Not if you want to use guiding bolt.
You don't have to re-engage. If you want to physically attack it, you got to get back in close combat. So technically, yes. You can
Well,
just
I want to use guiding bolt.
Go for it. Guiding bolt up the butt.
No, Ryan.
You'll eventually hear that,
No.
Olympia, when you continue to watch Critical Role. Anyway.
He doesn't got his flank anymore, does he?
Ryan.
She wouldn't get.
No.
She would not get flanking with a ranged spell attack. She has to be
Okay.
in close combat to get that.
Plus 4 first.
I'll flank him.
I'll flank him. I'll use both hands.
Flank him with both my hands. See if I care.
13.
13. 13 unfortunately misses. It just misses. He has a 14 AC. So you see Daenerys like summon this radiant ball of energy, and she launches it, and the knoll just moves, and it smashes into a barn behind it, and the door just flies off the hinges and sears with this radiant like goop, just melts the door.
Careful now. I was standing right there.
Whoa!
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 I'll end my turn there.
All right. Rolo, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to attack him with the sword again.
Go for it.
And do I have advantage? Because is he flanked or no?
I don't. Nixie, I forget. You weren't attacking the Pack Lord, right? Before.
No, I was.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, Daenerys moved out of range. So actually, no, you are, because Krevlin ran up to it. Yep, you are.
Okay, just making sure. Okay,
you're good. Advantage.
That's probably going to hit, but I'm going to roll against 20, and I didn't see. Oh.
New dice?
These are
just glowing. I'm seeing if the glowing effects on the screen.
You'll have to have somebody ID them. They're definitely magical. All right.
So 16, 19.
19?
Yes.
That hits.
Okay, and then I'm going to do my last smite.
Okay.
So I'm out of spells. And let's see. 38 plus 3. Hopefully I don't get all ones again. Oh, that was better. 15.
Okay, 15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So you stab it in the gut, and it catches the blade, and just and you like start pushing the blade in it, and it starts resisting it against you. And then as you have the blade in it, you rotate the blade up, and it cuts through its hand, and into more of its chest, and you ignite it. It just and it pulls it out, and it's bleeding profusely.
Nice.
Really hurt. It doesn't do enough to damage you, but as you're retracting, it headbutts you to move you back away from it, and it's waiting for its next chance to attack. But it's Nixie's turn.
But that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Nice.
I should return attacks.
I can do that. The horns.
Running up to it.
Yeah, talk in the center. I think the
Oh.
off to the side is what's messing it up.
Can I reach it if I try running up to it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and I will run up to it.
Okay.
I will do another Primal Savagery.
You got it.
And then... Would we be flanking since I'm coming up behind it?
Yeah, you're flanking regardless because you have 2 allies in front of it.
Ooh, that helps a lot. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right. That's a D10. That's 8 acid damage.
Okay, so you see the blade retract it head back, and you run up, and it turns to you, and as it gets ready to snarl, you just and it. Just
Well, that's
grabs it.
Primal Savagery, so I've either clawed it or
Yeah,
bitten
so
it.
you claw it like this, and and its face just starts melting as it's like holding its face. It is a brink from death, a swift fart from death. It's blind, almost completely blind in both eyes. Anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No.
All right, it's gonna take its last desperation attacks. One against Nixie, who just clawed it. That is a 14 plus 6 is 20.
That will hit.
Okay, it does 1 plus 3 damage, so 4 damage. And then it's gonna swing back around and try to hit Krevlin. It landed on 20 and then rolled to 8. So
Nice.
that is a 12 to hit. Okay, so it does that, and you duck it, and it's like, "Ah!" Like it's getting pissed. Alenthi, what are you gonna do to finish this? Because I'm pretty sure
Ooh, come on. You're
pretty sure
you're a
you
giant
can't
hyena right
roll-
now.
You can't possibly roll below 2 damage. 'Cause your
Okay,
bite's
well, then
2d6. So
I
how do
guess
you-
I'm gonna bite him again.
roll to hit. Yeah, if you hit, you kill it. So
So I got
What?
5, and then plus 3 is 8.
8 misses.
Mm.
Wow.
You have advantage. You have advantage because you're flanking.
Try again.
Try again.
So I just do the same thing again?
Roll, well, don't roll it. Don't roll that again. Roll something better.
I'll try not to.
I want to kill it.
Dinner one.
Is it worse?
It's worse. Well, wait. No, it's still 8.
Yeah, unfortunately. What is it with you guys in 8s?
I know, right?
Yeah, so you should call yourself the Mighty 8. No, okay,
I was going to
so,
say.
but there's only 5 of you.
5
alright.
eights.
There you go, 5 8s.
Instead of the 9. So I guess that's my turn.
Yep.
That's going to be an Eldritch Blast.
Are you gonna, in close combat, or are you gonna step back? Because
I wasn't close.
oh, you weren't. Okay, go for it.
21 to hit.
That hits.
So
What's your Eldritch Blast damage? Is it 1d8?
It's 1d10.
You can technically
So let's-
still not kill it.
That's a 10.
Okay. Oh God! How do you obliterate this?
Like another headshot like before.
Watch
and
out
I
for-
mean, just like
Careful around the
perfectly
ears.
hit-
Careful around
That's
the
what I
ears.
was gonna say. It's gonna just like completely the head is gone, and then just ears are standing there.
And it, like, it hits its knees and it falls over.
I
and the
just,
ears
just highlight and delete head, but the
Yep.
ears stay.
yeah.
They just
you
fall
just
to the
paint
side.
shop that shit right out. So
Yeah. And then, of
Uh,
course, again, the body is wrapped up in tentacle, misty purple eldritch tentacles, but then drag it down.
Of course. So yeah. So the
I present
tentacle-
you this sacrifice.
The tentacle party has ended as the tentacles wrap around it and pull what's left of it. It finds like a nearby like snake hole, and it just starts pulling its like sludgy body as much as it can, and it finally just kind of stops going in, and then you see like a little from it.
And then my eyes go wide. We're out of combat or no?
We are now officially out of combat.
I run back into the building, up the stairs, get out my dagger, and cut the ears off of that one that I killed
Sure.
upstairs.
Okay.
going
So
on?
I'm gonna
Back in the
roll the
burning building?
search for stuff and see, like, search
Yep.
the
Make an investigation
officers'
check.
bodies and things like that. See if there's any gold or
gathering
any...
up all the ears of what ears they did have available between all of them. There's 4 total, and you do find 8 total ears.
Yay, nobody's missing any ears.
Well, they technically are all missing ears now, but you
Do I still have to be a hyena, or can I just
you
I
can
come
you
out
can
of
turn
that now?
back
You can-
at any time or an hour, whichever you choose.
Okay, so I wild shape out of my hyena, and
Okay.
then because I bit in it, I immediately throw up.
So you see her spit flesh out of her mouth. Just fucking.
an ear comes out of my mouth.
An ear comes out of her mouth. There's your
Nice.
ear.
Ear.
You found it.
Here, guys.
That's funny.
I'll wipe my
All
mouth
right.
and kind of wipe my hand on my clothes and be like, ugh.
What'd you get?
No
in
And I
there?
rolled a
black.
14 on the
Okay.
investigation.
So on the investigation, you find if you want it, it's a two-handed warhammer. It's like a rusty warhammer, basically. You also find among the Knoll pack leader, you find 1 gold coin, and what looks like a little like journal that somebody might have had, and it's got like little pictures, like little stick figure pictures on the front of it. Everybody else make investigation checks to see what they found besides the 8 ears. The
I'll
house.
also say
house
that
is still
immediately, like, the intimidating, engulfed in this purple haze of weird. I'm
Yeah.
back to being just like super friendly, radiating kindness and friendliness.
You guys notice the batshit
That's
crazy
all
was
gone.
left. Yep. Smiley day
Got
to
a
you.
2.
I wouldn't say it was crazy. I would say it was intimidating and dark and
Gotcha.
scary.
Do I get anything from this journal?
As you look through it, it's just a kid's
Investigation.
a kid's daily thing, and you can
18.
tell it's a kid because it's horrible. The words are horribly misspelled. It's either a kid or a really stupid person. And it's got like little pictures of like family people, and like today Papa and I did this. It looks like a little kid's journal.
Oh.
Nice.
Um,
That's not going to pay the bills.
do you just throw it in the fire?
I guess, yeah. It's not used to finding more gnolls either. So
No,
it's like,
but it might belong to somebody who's kidnapped, perhaps, or you did just pull 2 kids out of a burning building.
Let's see if it's one of theirs.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, I'll give it to them.
Okay. Thank
Ah,
you,
fine.
Thank you, Mister. My journal. Thank you for not throwing it in the fire. And the kid runs off.
Fine.
My
My investigation was 23.
23. You also find a gold piece. You also find a couple of like crappy daggers and some bandages that if you do a medicine check with these, you're probably going to hurt the person. So not really anything worth
Absolutely.
taking.
They have leprosy.
Yeah, they had leprosy for sure.
There's-
What does everybody else get?
I had a 4.
4.
15.
Yeah, you don't
Well,
find
if
much.
23 got 1 gold
Taste
piece,
of no
then I
blood.
think
You're
Yeah, I'm too busy throwing up in the corner to find
you're druid
anything.
crafting like some Tums to help your stomach. And then Nixie, what'd you get?
Mine was a 9. I'm still distracted by trying to get as much Knoll blood off of my hands and face as I can.
Yeah, without prestidigitation, it takes quite a while to get that out. So you don't really do much. And then Denari, what'd you get?
15.
15. You also find a gold coin, a single gold coin. By the way, did everybody collectively
Got a
did we take the
23.
22 gold plus the 12 for the day for the horses?
Do we evenly split it? How much is that?
If you
I
guys,
bought my horse outright
Yep.
with just mine. So then it was just the other 2 horses.
yeah, so you guys are only splitting 12 essentially
Fair enough.
so far.
I could take at least half
So
that.
$3.
since you guys
So
have been
3
paying for
gold.
my drinks.
Yeah,
Three
three,
gold,
three
right?
gold to everyone, basically. Okay, so you guys do eventually find water, help. The fire eventually is put out. Few hours to get it put out. The traveler thanks you. Thank you so much for saving me and my children, but there's much more to be done. As I said before, I think the camp. I will tell you what. Wait for more help to get here. They did go to get more help. When they get here to watch my children, I will lead you to where I believe the camp is. Is that fair?
Yes.
That's fair.
Are we gonna have
Are
a
you
short
sure
rest
you'd be
or a long
safe
rest?
leading
or
us?
anything,
So
or no?
at this point, you guys would probably want to, I would think, probably make camp and prepare to leave first thing, when you can.
Okay. In
and
that case,
Are we gonna
when-
get a short rest or
It'd be
anything, or no?
if you guys camp for the night, it'd be a long rest.
Okay, yeah, I'll camp.
By the time you get the building put out and get everything squared away, it's going to be pretty late in the day.
And so today's Wednesday the 3rd.
Yes.
Oh well, crap! Then it's too late.
Now we got another
Well,
week.
Wednesday the 11th is too
The
late.
11th is too late.
So I'm going to.
Jesus, that would like. She offers you 1,000,000 bajillion gold to get back in a day from a place that takes you a day to travel.
by midnight tonight.
It's like nobody's
I'm gonna
ever
wait.
succeeded. I can't imagine why.
Till all of them are out and away,
Yep,
totally out of earshot. Not
sure.
even out of earshot. Just like away. I'm going to ask if he's ever heard of this Gremley that I'm looking for.
So as you're asking him about this Grimly, he says, "That name rings a bell." Let me think. Yes, actually. There was a person by this week, very friendly fellow, named Grimly, that was asking about the location of the Thieves Guild, towards closer on the coastal city of Issei, where you hail from.
Interesting. Okay.
It was very interesting. He was doing all kinds of very weird hand gestures with a person near him. I think he might have been deaf.
Yeah. Yeah, you know how sometimes deaf they speak with their hands. That's
Absolutely.
common with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything? I'm sorry if I was no help to you, sir.
No, that was very helpful. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So he kind of gets things
So-
ready. What does everybody want to
That night-
do before their long rest?
Mm,
Because we're probably gonna end the session after the long rest.
are
gonna
there any
ask-
other buildings that are like busted down, or is there any other like people
Oh.
that might be trapped underneath anything?
So, spending most of the rest of the evening looking through the homes and things like that, almost everyone is gone. The only people that were still there, or like you find like one or two more dead people, but almost everybody's been taken. Gnolls do like to prep humanoids before they eat them, so they probably took them to eat.
Oof.
So, and there are a couple. Most of the dead ones do have bites taken out of them, like fast food. So, they just took a couple bites and then took off.
Lovely.
But yeah, so you kind of don't find much else. Almost every house is empty and ransacked, just complete mess.
Okay, that would be my first prerogatives to make sure there's no like kids, pets,
Yep.
people.
There's a couple of like really small paddle type boats that they use to fish in the middle of the lake. That's about the only other thing you find. Linthy, anything you want to do?
Are the kids still there?
The two kids are still there. They're waiting for the other people to get there to watch them.
Can I like go up to them and use Druidcraft and just create flowers to like entertain them and like kind of make them feel better?
Absolutely, they love it.
Yeah. I want to join in on that and kind of like do little dances and play little drum songs.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Entertain the children,
yeah.
cheer them up.
Both of you make performance checks with advantage. And Rolo, anything else you want to do?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm wore out.
Like 3 and
Yeah.
3 and 11, so 23.
Okay, yeah. The kids love the drumming and the druid craft. What'd you get?
So I got a 9, but I don't like. What's the
Do it
advantage?
again.
Do it again. Take the
Okay.
higher number,
Gotcha.
and then add your performance if you're not already doing that.
So 8.
Okay.
So 9 or 8.
So the drum solo is really nice. The druid craft, you're not exactly sure what they would like as a little boy and girl. So you try to make pretty pink flowers, and they kind of like turn almost like a deep red at times, and they're a little confused from it, but they both enjoy it. Youthfulness.
That's
They're
on
like,
brand for Olympy. So
Yep. Yep, absolutely. At one point, you like kind of thorn one of your fingers. You're like, and the kids are like, they just like they laugh at it. So Other than that, yeah, you guys kind of settle, get food, fresh water. Of course, the villager feeds you. If you want fish, they can cook you up fish. Otherwise, rations you have in your bags.
Fish.
Yeah, fish it is. So this is primarily out here is going to be bass and catfish. So
Catfish.
all right.
Catfish.
Yep, there you go. You have yourself some nice cooked catfish. Some.
It's a good thing Krevlin likes catfish because I hate catfish.
There you go.
Krevlin loves it, though.
I guess this is a good time to mention Olympi's a vegetarian. She does not eat meat.
Sure. So.
I have a ration.
Yeah, so you just eat your ration.
Doesn't drink either.
Yep, she's a good elf.
Did
So
you eat boat the entire time?
I'm sure there's. I mean, you also have citrus fruit, depending on how long we'd be
So,
there.
I'm gonna call back my my familiar
Potatoes.
also.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Familiar.
so your
Nixie.
woodland being comes running back out.
Are you interested? You can study him. You like animals?
Who are you talking to, the kids or?
No, Nixie.
I love animals. I've never seen this one though.
Yeah, here you go. Play with this little weasel rabbit
It's like,
woodland creature.
and it like runs up to you.
Little
Just sit there and kind of.
there you go.
You're a cute little critter.
All right, so past that, the night concludes with not much.
Oh.
We will have people doing watches, but we will pick up from that on the next session we play, guys.
Canary.
Now, oh, go ahead.
I was just wondering if I was just noticing just your line of work, some things about you. I was wondering if you might be able to show me a little bit of this secret language, maybe. Maybe if I promise I'll only use it for questionable purposes, if you know what I'm saying.
That's fine. If you find any writing or anything that you think are worth keeping history, I appreciate you pass it along, but I can teach you. You need to know.
Okay, so we'll say every long rest you spend anywhere from 2 to 3 hours of what you're not sleeping to kind of teach him. And what we'll do with that, Garrus, is I will have you make intelligence checks to see how well you're keeping up with it, just straight intelligence. And I'll keep track of kind of a knowledge meter of when I think you know enough to be able to actually hold a conversation.
Quick question.
Yes.
So this is like a small village that we were at.
Yes.
Did they have like a city building where like the head person was that had records?
So here, no. In Issei, they would have the tavern would also serve as kind of their town hall. That's where the governor is going to have his own suite in that tavern, and that's where they conclude a lot of the government business for that port. So yes, they would have some records there. Pale Moon would also have its own library.
Okay.
Pale Moon will be fun for you. That explains how they interacted with the bar staff, because they technically would function partially as secretary.
Yeah. She actually technically is a secretary. She's the owner of the establishment, but she does everything. So Margaret and January. January is her kid. So
That's why I was warning Prevalent. That's probably not a wise pursuit.
So
They're both beautiful.
It's not
I was
a
just
pursuit.
complimenting their beauty.
both beautiful and no beards. So
That's my other character. Would have been like, I mean, they're fine. They don't have beards.
yeah.
It'd be better if they had beards.
So
It'd be better if they had a beard. But I mean, you're not ugly. It's just, maybe grow the beard out a bit. You might be a little pretty if you had a beard.
So, with that being said, we will go ahead and conclude this. So, good job, everybody. Alex, I hope you enjoyed your first D&D game. I know you've been.
Is this your first ever D&D game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have any D&D experience at all? Like, do you listen to any actual play stuff? Or
She watched Handbooker Helper from Critical Role and watched a couple
Yeah.
episodes of Critical Role.
I watched one episode of Critical Role. I
one
finished
episode of
the
Critical
animated
Role.
series.
I wouldn't have known at all that you hadn't played before.
Yeah, did a great job.
Did really
jumped
good.
right in.
Thank
Jumped
you.
right in. Weren't
Well, her character
Weren't
is
afraid.
shy, so that's what she's playing it as. She herself is not trying to be shy. That's her character.
I'm so
I
shy.
don't have to act at all with this shyness. I'm just trying to ham it up a little bit.
So
That's me too.
yeah, but good job, everybody. I hope you guys had fun. So I don't know what everybody's schedules is, but I don't know if it would be when we can. Do people want to try to do every Thursday to every other Thursday, depending on their schedule? It's up to you guys.
Sure.
Sure.
Mm,
We can all
Yes.
we can discuss what works for people best and try to find a Thursday that works.
My Thursdays are usually pretty open, and you know.
Yeah, mine too. I work
Mine are
Unless,
too,
like-
good.
I have no life, so
It'd be her Thursdays that we have to worry about
okay.
here.
Yeah,
For me, it would be like if my kids had some sort of a recital or anything like that going on. So
Yeah, mine would be dance or cheer. So
yeah,
Mine would
dance or band or.
the only thing is
so
for
much.
Thursdays for me, if we did every other, that would be better because
Okay.
I'm trying to go to more fire spinning classes and like koi classes in Wichita on Thursdays.
okay, that's fine.
Fire spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Who does the fans?
That's cool.
That's so cool.
That stuff always mesmerizes me. I saw some in
Mhm.
Hawaii, and it was like the coolest fucking thing. So, all right, yeah, that
How
sounds
much
good.
do you get burned?
Very often, I usually just maybe lose some arm hair, but that's about it.
No, that's all right. We don't need arm hair.
Yeah,
Okay, so we will plan on, guys, at this point. Let's plan on. Today's the 7th, so we'll plan on the 21st for the next game. Does that work for
Not
everybody?
the 21st, because
Okay.
oh no, wait.
The 20th, I think so.
Yes, the 21st. Okay, it's the last one. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
wait
no.
a minute.
You guys can't play on
There's a holiday on
Thanksgiving?
one of those.
I quit. All right, so so yeah, 21st is what we'll plan on. Same time. We'll pick up from your long rest and do some checks since you're in buildings, but these are not safe structures. So
Do we go ahead and check long rest on this, or are we gonna wait till next time?
we'll wait until next time because sometimes long rests can get interrupted depending on
Yep.
the situation. So I will tell you guys this: you can go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it now. But everybody is going to go ahead and level up to 4. You will, in my campaign, you're going to level pretty fast initially, and once you get to a certain point, it's going to start slowing way down. So some people do it the other way around. I prefer a fast progression to get more stuff for your character to make it more fun, and then kind of like mellow out the levels.
Is that a dig at me because we've been playing for like 3 or 4 years now, and you're not 20 yet?
We're just now 18. No, I always prefer this because when I play, I play classes where like middle level is where all the fun shit's at. So
As a DM, I like low level.
low level
better.
games are fantastic. I as a player, I love making characters. That's like one of my favorite things. So,
Me too.
and then I got my mini for August Brooks. It's kind of hard to see.
Is that painted?
Yep.
I can't see against that other
Yeah,
background.
I know, but I
Alert. I'm
I
now.
showed you.
Oh wait, no,
Alert is a good one.
not alert.
How do you
Keen
level
mind.
up on the thing?
Keen
I'll
mind.
help you tomorrow.
Guess
Okay.
what? I ain't gotta take notes no more, bitch. Keen mind.
All right, Keen Mind it is. So Keen Mind, he recalls anything. I think it's under, as long as it's not over 6 months. Something like that. And he always knows which way is north, and you always know what time it is, and the date, I think.
And time, yeah.
And then what is how long of history can you recall up to? Is it 6 months? I can't
Does
remember.
it not say?
It
Gain
should.
expertise, arcana, history, investigation, nature, religion. Proficiency, arcana, history, investigation, nature, religion.
Next mute one.
Lore, knowledge.
Past month. So for a month.
Where does it say that? It doesn't say that in
You
actual
can
on here.
accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month. It's the very last thing on it.
How do I know?
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So no more net taken from me.
There.
Wrong screen. Let's try this one.
It's a cleric too.
There you go. Keen mind. And your intelligence increases by 1, which is not terrible. I mean, you're a charisma based caster, but it's not bad to have higher intelligence.
Rogue 3 would give
Yeah.
you.
All right.
I'm just taking it because I don't want to take notes.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay.
I think that's why Liam O'Brien did that in season 2. So,
Ooh,
all right.
but then there's Lucky. Ooh.
Lucky is without a doubt the best feat in the game. So,
Oh, maybe I should just take Lucky instead.
it's up to you. I mean,
Is it worth taking?
I think Mina and Nixie seem to be taking pretty decent notes, but Mina and Nixie.
Oh.
Mina and Wendy.
In
Wendy
that
no longer
case-
gets a real name. It's Nixie forever.
I mean, at this point, you'd have to choose between all the different characters I play because I've got
Yeah. Valhyrie.
4 with you alone, or
Yeah.
I think 3 with you guys alone, plus in my Wednesday group because we have rotating dungeon masters because not everyone's up to like running a game, so we just kind of figure out who's got the best energy.
Yeah.
There's 3 separate characters in that group alone,
Yeah.
Yeah, split personality disorder going on.
pretty much, because no 2 of them are
Take
the same.
firearm specialist.
Pew 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 pew.
Or
Laser pistol.
what does Soul Knife do?
I have never heard of that, so I'd have to look it up. Is it a feat?
It's a rogue subclass.
Oh, psionic powers, psychic blades, things like that. So if you want to be psychic based, yeah, you can also screw with people's minds,
Maybe let's see.
which is really a tiefling specialty. So
Yeah.
Psionic power.
Nice.
yeah, I like tieflings.
I went luck. That's just
Yeah,
too hard to say. no
Lucky's
to.
Did anybody watch? Did anybody watch our stream on YouTube or Twitch?
I will tell you this: they had to have because I had. We had somebody come in. Hey, thank you, Mind Game Boy. Hang on. He said, good ending. We love those. Fuck the Knolls. All right, so
My friend from up in Illinois watched on YouTube.
awesome. That may be them.
Emily watched on Twitch.
Good.
No,
Perfect. Thank you guys.
the one that joined in on Twitch later is a friend of mine here.
Awesome. So, and we had
Yeah, he logged off early.
I had
so.
75 followers like 2 days ago. I have 113 followers now. So we definitely got some people in here.
Nice.
So YouTube I haven't checked yet, but
Really.
either way, it's great. Good games. So, like I said, guys, we will conclude here on the 21st. So, everybody, thank you for watching. We will be back on the 21st. I'm going to end this, so it's going to kick everyone out. So,
Bye, everybody.
have a good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you, guys.